It should be cool.
Get it all together.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna be able to make any comments tonight because I'm in jail. I'm in Facebook jail.
I'm about to say, what are you talking about?
What you in Facebook jail?
Bro, I don't even know.
Make sure you got the mic closer to your mouth, okay? You might need to lower it down.
I have no idea.
You got it? You go right there?
Yeah.
Sorry for the 3 people that chimed in. We had some very, very minor technical difficulties.
Yeah, we all good. No, hold on.
We all Gucci. Y'all volume off. Yeah, man, they ain't even tell me what they put me in jail for. I just woke up one morning, I think it was Monday, and I had to type my password in. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you was telling me.
I'm like, damn, man, I'm in Facebook jail.
They keep doing you like that.
I don't know why I wish they would tell me, man, because I comply.
It's because you're dark skinned.
Yeah, whatever.
Ain't it?
Nah, because Okura don't get it put in jail. You ever been in jail?
No.
Facebook jail?
I've been warned.
He's actually a nice guy.
You've been warned?
I've been warned before.
He's a nice guy.
You don't say anything salacious on your Facebook page, though, do you?
No, I don't.
Just in person.
You keep it pretty PG?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Well, you know what? I don't even use my regular Facebook. I only hardly post anything in Gen Pop. Anything I post in Gen Pop more than likely was a shared post from Instagram. Like I don't go in Gen Pop and post anything.
I post on my Gen Pop, man. I do. I probably post in Gen Pop. What's up, Is? I probably post in Gen Pop. No, I don't. I was gonna say I post more in there than private groups, but that wouldn't be true.
Yeah. But we're gonna get straight to it tonight. I was supposed to.
We gotta hit Bocce's tonight.
Definitely. We gotta get out of here on time.
Yeah.
Gotta get out on time.
We gotta get on here on time.
I was supposed to have an intro. I got busy, though. Life just be kicking my ass.
Man, who you telling?
Getting up at 4
How was your day, Okura?
Mine was good.
I spoke to you earlier today, man. Did you get everything that you needed that you had planned today out the way?
Yes.
What up, Ken?
Mr. Hill. Yeah, man, you had a busy day.
But I was saying, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, kicking my ass, G.
Oh, the gym? How's that been going?
Oh, excuse me for slurping. I'm gonna have to start back intermittent fasting because I've hit. You start losing weight and then it stopped and then you just hover around the same weight even though you busting your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hovering around this 272, 274 mark for like 2 weeks. I should be in the 260s by now, but I haven't done intermittent fasting since December. I just been going ham. So I'm gonna start back intermittent fasting probably on Monday. See if I can kick it back into gear, get me back into the 260s. So I'll just go off and on with the intermittent fast and get like a body like a jump start. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to get going. I've been busting my ass. I've been doing at least 3 days a week after my workouts, 30 minutes on that Stairmaster. And that Stairmaster a beast.
Yeah, the Stairmaster ain't no joke.
Plus my intermittent cardio. I got to get this weight off, Joe, before April, G. I ain't playing, G.
Yeah, man. You leaning out. You leaning out, man. I see you in the gym.
I actually do the intermittent fasting too.
Do you do it all the time?
Yeah. Whenever I lose weight a lot, that's how I do it. I wait till like noon or whatever to eat. And then I eat probably between noon and 8. I try not to eat after 8.
I was about to ask you, so you're doing 8 to 12? Yeah, I try to stop earlier because I don't want to wait till noon to eat. So I do like 5 to 9.
Yeah, if I end up eating like later, it's always something that's easy to digest.
Yeah, that's a problem because I think the last show, I don't remember what the hell I was eating, but when I get off work, I come here and I'm starting, I finish your work emails or whatever, then I start setting up for the show. So I'm missing dinner, right? So last week, I was eating some bullshit.
People are always warming up something. As soon as the show over, he goes straight to the kitchen. Lance, something like every night, this boy figure something out.
Lance was like, dude, what the hell are you eating this late? It was like 11 o'clock, man. I had like a whole sandwich or something.
He was going ham.
But I'm going to stop doing that. I think I'm going to take some of your advice, man. It's mental.
Yeah.
And I'm just try to eat to kill the hunger and not to fulfill the craving,
I'm
which is
tell
hard.
you what I used to do when I was in your situation. It was easy when I lived by myself. I just didn't have shit in the crib.
Like stuff to eat?
Like if I knew the things that I know I couldn't eat, I make sure I didn't buy them because I'm not gonna get up and go to the store. So I'm trying to cut juice out. I don't buy no juice. I don't have to fight the crate. I'm not getting up and going to the store in the middle of the night.
That's exactly
There's only water in the house. There's nothing else in the house but water. You see what I'm saying? So you do stuff like that. The things you know you shouldn't eat, just don't buy them motherfuckers no more. You live by yourself. Like I live with my girl in the shorty. So they be having snacks, cookies in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I be walking past the cabinet, be having cravings. So I be having to fight it. When you live by yourself, it's easy. What up, Mickey? What's happening, baby? But anyway,
yeah, that's what I do.
I didn't ask you how you doing. You good? You had a good day? How you feeling? The other day, I know I spoke to you. You was a little uneasy. You don't say you don't bounce back. You the regular.
Yeah, man. You know, I think having a certain level of awareness when you feel a certain type of way is important. But initially, it kind of came out of nowhere. So, but I'm good, man. I appreciate you checking on me.
That's a good thing for today, having a certain level of awareness. That's a good thing because we're going to be on that today. Anybody want to ask me how I was doing?
How you doing?
Yeah,
my man, what's up, Joe?
We didn't get a chance because you was talking. I was about to ask you.
I had a decent day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nothing special happened.
Something special happened?
Dude, did I tell y'all my son was having issues with his school on some racist shit?
With his school on some racist?
You aware, right? I know you aware.
You told me about it.
I never talked about it on the show, right? I did. I think I did talk about it on the show, no?
No. You did a live about it.
I did a live about it.
You did a live about it.
Okay. So check it out, right? So my son go to an all-white junior high. He been having consistent issues with these kids in regards that individually they're walking up to him one-on-one making comments. So they'll say stuff like, I hate Rosa Parks, fuck George Floyd, so on and so forth.
Really?
One of them said, or they'll say something around him in earshot of him, say nigga or something like that, right? So when he first started going through it, I say, listen, I went to an all-white high school. I know how these kids are. At times, they be thinking this shit funny because they ain't really around no black kids. So first thing you do is give them a verbal warning. Let them know you don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Verbal warning. You said something to them, but since it's only one kid at a time doing it, the one kid will be like, my bad. Then another kid come up. I'm like, so, they think this shit a game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, now his mama like, well, I'm finna go out to the school. I'm like, no, not yet. I said, we gonna give him, one second, this cord stuff. We gonna give him the opportunity to handle this on his own. Because I had to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? So what I did when I was in high school, I had kids walking up to me talking about, can I touch your hair and all this shit? I just still on them, but not in their face, in the chastise them. Usually white kids, I come up at a school where we fight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't come up in no rough school and like that. I'm just saying, like the neighborhood I grew up in, where the shit started and where you finish it. So I didn't have a problem fighting in school. So motherfucker be like, can I touch your hair? Boom, man, stop asking me that. Stop playing with me.
Right.
I hit about 2 kids. Motherfucker ain't ask me no more. I figured word got around.
Right.
So I figured it'd work for him. I say, still on him, not hard. Listen, not hard, because he done already told him multiple times to stop. But I keep telling you, it's different kids every time. That's why I feel like it's a game to them now. They sitting over in the corner, hey, you go say something to them this time type shit. So still on them, but not hard.
Make an example out of their ass.
I say, when the first time you do it, because he took Taekwondo, I told him to do it with the open palm. Make it look like a push.
Right.
Because I don't want him to get in trouble. I say, so give him a nice, but you know how to put you dig into it. Right. But when you make it look like a push, like get away from me, it won't look like you hit him, but he gonna feel it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He chose not to do that. He backhanded the kid in the mouth. I like his style. I definitely like his style. I like his style. He said not hard though. So this happened 4, 5 more times. He's steadily popping him or saying something to him, but not hard. So I'm like, all right, this getting to be too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, his mama like, I want to go up to school. I'm like, wait, let's give it one more chance. I say, next time, I want you to foul that motherfucker. Like, foul him. You know what I'm saying? Not in the face, though. Because, if you hit a kid, it's one thing. But once you draw blood and leave a mark, it makes it seem like the level of violence was higher than what it was.
Especially if they are white kids, because now it's going to be magnified.
Right. So even though it's still just one punch,
Right.
If you hit him in the stomach, it don't look as worse if you bust his nose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I told him, make sure, I said, but if you're not comfortable doing this, you don't have to do this. But this is what he wants to do. Because I made sure to let him know, if you want to walk away, if you want us to just come up there, whatever you feel comfortable with, I got your back regardless. He like, nah, I want to hit him. I'm like, you sure? I don't want to think I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I overemphasize there's a lot to him. It's your choice. It's always your choice. So the next time it happened, he said something to the kid, and we called the school. Get into school last, mama getting their ass, I getting their ass. We not finna have this. Y'all got this environment going on up here. It's not just one kid. They try to ask him to fucking, oh, we gonna have him tell us who do it. I'm like, listen, y'all not finna turn him into the school snitch where every time something happen, he telling, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna ostracize him. You're already the only black kid in the school. Now y'all finna make it so y'all want him to come down there, tell y'all every kid who said something. On top of that, they want him to name witnesses. So now the witnesses can say what happened in the class. So now you're going to ask the other kids to choose sides. Are they on Philip's side, or the kid who said, y'all not going to put my son in the middle of all this bullshit and just make him the epicenter of some racist fuck shit because y'all can't control y'all kid. That's not happening. He's not doing that. I say what y'all need to do is address the school, or at least his grade, and make them understand that they need to have some respect in regards to differences in race, ethnicity, so on and so forth. They seem like they ain't want to do that. I say, listen, we can escalate up all the threats. I'm going in on the school, but being very professional. Okay, I'm tired of this shit. My son should not have to deal with this shit all the time. And I keep telling him, I told him multiple times, I don't want you to have to resort to violence every time. But they're not listening to you, and the teachers ain't doing shit. And I'm not finna send no kid to school to be no victim every day.
Yeah, but make sure you just document all that shit.
But so listen,
hopefully it dies down. But hopefully you can just.
That's the problem. It did not.
Okay.
So after we talked to the school, kid said something minor to him. He told the kid not to say it. A couple of days later, actually today, we get a phone call from the school. Now, I told the school in no uncertain terms, I said, my son is feeling threatened. It is multiple kids coming up to him saying this. Now he's basically anticipating it every day. You get a certain level of anxiety when you expect something to happen.
And it's compromising what main reason he there to learn.
I definitely said that, but I also let them know everybody got a breaking point. They don't know about him hitting nobody yet. They're not aware of that at all.
Right.
Everybody got a breaking point. I said, and when he lashes out, I will have zero empathy, sympathy, and understanding in regards to any type of discipline you want to give his way, because I've made you aware of the environment you have him in, and you're not addressing it. So when something happens and he lashes out, you're not going to have parents who are understanding of, oh, we need to discipline. I'm like, no, he is one kid and all these kids and multiple are fucking with him.
So what is the school saying?
So listen, they were talking about they going to try to address it, whatever, but they ain't really say much at the time. They finna get together with the board address it. So now today happened. Get a phone call from the school. First thing out their mouth ain't even what he did. First thing out his mouth of this program that they done implemented, they finna go around and do this PowerPoint for the kids and we went. Exactly.
This is shit.
So did they say a kid did something to Philip and Philip lashed out? So they say Philip hit the kid in the shoulder. The kid is some game they playing in class, and the kid put as his username, I whip Negroes. Right. So Philip saw it because he was playing the same game. So the teacher said he hit him in the shoulder. So I'm like, he hit him in the shoulder. Like, all right, so whatever. So I'm talking to my girl. I'm like, Joe, we about to have to go up there again. Like, we ain't going up there yet. We've had 2 phone calls. So now,
Mickey said, are there any other schools?
No, because we in the suburbs. So, you go to school in the area you live in. This ain't the city where you can just move around.
I mean, you can. Like, you just gonna have to pay for that shit.
I don't know how that shit go in the suburbs.
If you pay, if you go to a school outside of your district, so then you got to pay for it. So
now they say they finna do this thing where they finna go around and talk. And I told them y'all need to implement something about diversity and respect each other's code. Ooh. Well, so when Philip get home, we ask him what happened. He said he ain't hit the kid in the shoulder. He said he gave him about a 4-5 piece to the rib cage. Because I told him, I said, listen, the next time something happens, you need to make a scene. I said, you can't hit the kid in the face, but you need to make the teacher and everyone aware around that this is racist shit. Because every time it happens, it's you and somebody in the locker room somewhere and nobody really seeing this shit. I say, so the next time a kid say, make a scene, make sure other kids see it, make sure the teacher see it. Right. Like it's not because it always is your word against his word. I'm tired of this shit. So he said he gave him a 4-5 piece to the rib and stood over him and say, why you say that? So now the teacher getting involved. So that's why we got the phone call immediately. Like Shorty was like, I ran, whatever bullshit. The point is, he did what we told him to do this time. So I'm like, if anything else happened, we get some motherfuckers involved. Because we ain't got a lot of options out here in the suburbs, though. We out in the country.
Crystal said teaching them I don't think he was teaching him to be violent or front.
I'm teaching him to defend himself in school. Like, what are you going to do? He done told the kids. I remember the first thing I said was tell them don't talk to you like that. But that don't do nothing.
What suburb you live in?
I'm in Lockport. Yeah, exactly. I'm in Lockport.
Yeah, that's like Frankfurt.
So listen, as a kid who went to an all-white high school, I know how them white kids don't take you serious with your words. White kids' words don't mean nothing. And the only thing that means something to a lot of white kids is consequences. Something they typically don't have to face very often, but when they do, they don't want. Like in my high school, they didn't fight in the high school at all. That shit was fucking forbidden. Whatever happened, it's gonna be after school on a Saturday. You know, in black high school, we get it in the cafeteria, the classroom. Right. Like in my grammar school, I had a fight down at the top of the stairwell. Like it just, wherever you argue at, it just go down. They ain't like that. They way more, I'm not getting in trouble for a fight. I'm not that mad at you. So they real flip at the mouth. White kids can be very disrespectful to one another because they don't really grow up in a culture of your mouth can get your
watch
ass.
Your mouth. Watch
that ain't
your
the
mouth.
culture they grow up in. They grew up in a culture where the law is on their side. So they typically know they can do anything as long as they don't break the rules or the law because that's on their side. And if they anger you, you break the rules of the law, you in trouble. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They know this coming up. We different.
So I got a comment in here.
What?
Niggas gonna talk shit to you your whole life, bro. Teaching him to punch niggas for talking is insane. Talking shit to him is insane.
Typically, I would agree. But it's not one kid he dealing with. This is a different kid every fucking day.
So the comment above that was what? He gonna beat up all the racist kids?
Man, so what do y'all suggest he do? He one kid out of 30.
What are your thoughts?
He one kid out of 30. He got to go to school with these motherfuckers every day.
This your son. He's continuously getting picked at. I don't necessarily want to call it bullying. Would you define it as bullying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the 10th time.
You might have to hit somebody.
That's all I'm saying, Joe. Like if it was one kid, you could say walk away, stay away from. Joe, it's a different kid every day.
Listen, I'll put it like this. Growing up, that's how we handle bullies.
Punch him in the mouth.
Eventually, listen.
Yeah, I told us the one thing you can't do is hit him. But I also told if they swing back, be ready to get busy.
Look, I don't think it's like it's your first option. It may not be your second option, but
your first option is to probably just try to avoid any kind of physical.
But at some point, if people keep coming, sometimes people only respect violence.
And you dolo.
But here's the thing too.
You dolo.
Here's the thing too. When we grew up, I mean, with the exception of you, like that was the norm. For people to talk shit, that was the norm. I think his situation is a little different because
he's by himself.
He's only black, one of the only black people in the school.
He's the only one. I think he's definitely the only one in his class. He may be the only one in his grade. There's very few in that school.
Does he have any friends?
Yeah, but they white.
Where they at?
What do you mean where they at?
Like they ain't. Well,
one of the kids he had to steal on was his homie. Because his homie pulled
shit.
it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, them they in an environment where they come.
He went light on his homie and just elbowed his homie in the chest. And his homie came back and apologized to him.
Look, the way that, I don't know, where I grew up, when people wouldn't stop talking, eventually it was like, yo, this ain't what I do. You keep talking, you telling me you want to fight. That's how I grew up.
No, they're not finna jump him, Mickey. They ain't never even hit him back yet. Like, you gotta, this is, like I can't tell my girl because she be trying to advise him. And I hope y'all don't take this the wrong way. I'm telling my girl, when it comes to this, like how to respond, you got to stay out of this. Because it's some boy shit. Like boys treat each other differently. You know what I'm saying? And girls do.
Right.
I'm like, cause she was telling him to go extra, and I'm like, he can't do that. Like you responded like how a girl would, but the consequences ain't the same for a girl and a boy. You can't have him just jap out. I said everything I got him doing is
jap
control.
out. What you mean jap out?
Okay, old school shit. You can't just have him go nuts on a motherfucker. I'm like, everything I'm telling him to do, I'm telling him to do under control. Like when I told him, hit him in the chest, but not hard as fuck.
Right.
Don't hit him in his face. Be prepared for him to hit you back, but more than likely they are not.
They're not gonna hit you back.
So the last guy told him, I said, this time make a scene. Still can't hit him in the face. Hit him in the body, but get loud, attract attention. Because every other time it's quiet. They walking up to him while he in his locker, standing right behind him. Can nobody really hear it? But you know what's going on. I told you, they doing this. Hey.
You say it.
You say it this time. Last time I said it to him, he hit me in the chest.
So is it possible that you're talking to the wrong people in the school district?
No, we going up there next time. We done already made two phone calls and made demands.
You going up to the school?
But the thing is, the thing. Yeah. The thing is, what do you actually do?
You can't
because it's not one student and it's not a teacher.
You can't.
It's a bunch of students.
But the thing, I guess what I'm saying, and this is so I guess what I'm saying is if the teachers or the people at the physical building aren't addressing it and it's continuously happening.
Address it how?
I don't know. But
exactly.
but that leads to my point. If they're not doing anything.
Well, they are.
What are they doing?
I just told you they're gonna do this PowerPoint. They're gonna go around in each grade and then make the teachers in each
I think you still should make somebody. I think you still should make somebody at the district aware of this. It doesn't hurt.
We have. What do you mean? We got email. We done emailed and did all that. Yeah, we did emails.
So you're not just at the teacher principal level.
No. We at the administrator level.
Listen,
we done did the emails, we done did the phone calls. Next thing is showed up to the school. But again, I told her when we show up, like it's gonna escalate at that point because now we have to keep coming up here. See, right now they only aware of 2 incidents because he was handling on his own, hoping the kids was gonna leave him alone and chill out. He was hoping just 1 or 2 kids gonna leave him be. You know what I'm saying? But that it won't leave him be.
So I got a comment.
And anybody talking about the ones who said me and my kid to be gone, Joe, it ain't just easy to pick up and move like that.
Because that was the question.
Renting.
Because the comment was, end of the day, this young man is stressed every day.
Yeah, he's stressed. Keep in mind, we're not renting.
What is he saying to you?
We can't just pick up and leave.
What is he saying to you all at home? Do you all talk about it at home? What's the conversation at home? Like, what's his?
I mean, he don't talk about that much. It bothers him, but we always let him know he got room to talk about it. Some days he come in a little more stressed than others. He came in.
What's his grades like?
Oh, he AB student.
Okay.
Yeah, AB student.
Okay, well that's dope. That's dope. It's not allowing.
Play football. He take boxing. Yeah. Like he know how to handle himself. He a good kid. He never got in trouble in school before. Never been suspended. Never done. He quiet, unassuming, don't bother nobody. But again, he the type of kid that you might think you can pick on him. You know what I'm saying? Because he quiet and unassuming. Like he don't have no overwhelming presence. He just got a couple inches of height on him recently. But again, I ask people what do people think he should do. But the one saying, no, they shouldn't be violent. Then give me another option. Give me another option when you sending your kid in an environment where he the only one there, he ain't got no backup and his words ain't did shit. And the administration has yet to be able to quell to make changes to the environment as a whole. Keep in mind, we ain't talking about one kid fucking with him. You're talking about a different kid individually just making one statement and like trying to walk off type shit.
So you got a daughter.
Yes.
Do you have any of these issues with how old is she?
She's 8.
Because I know a little bit about your daughter. She ain't putting up with no shit like that. Nobody.
No, my daughter is she is versed.
In the suburbs, you can't just transfer like that, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all.
My daughter is versed in what to do if things happen. If people talk, she good. Yeah. But if somebody does certain things to her, she has permission to punch him.
Everybody keeps saying why you put him in that situation. Joe, I keep telling you, we are not in Chicago.
It's not a lot of options.
Yeah,
so it's not a lot of options. When you in the burbs,
like that, we in the
burbs, junior high.
That's it. Like everything you go to the school in your area, and that's it. There are no other options.
They're actually like townships.
Yeah,
towns, villages.
This ain't the city.
Yeah, this ain't the city. Like, just transform. Transform where? We gotta move. I don't even think there's even no private schools out here that I'm aware of. And I'm sure those shit's expensive than a
bitch. Those things are like going to college.
No, I'm talking about where we live.
Yeah, because you either what?
You're
gonna either go to like
travel.
Marion.
And like I say, that shit can be very expensive.
Well, he
not
in grade school,
yet.
so
But
he
you in Lockport.
Yeah, he's still in grade school,
Options
so
like
that
It's
ain't
the
an
country,
option.
bro.
Yeah,
They
because
options like that.
most of them schools are some of the top schools anyway, so they don't.
I told him, Ken, that's what's next. We on the legal threat next. We on the call of the law. But again, like I said, Joe, you talking about a bunch of children. If it was an administrator being racist, that's much easier to handle. A teacher being racist, much easier to handle.
If it was one child,
one student, much easier to handle. Like y'all talking about get the law involved. The law to do what exactly?
it's not really much you can do.
That's what I'm saying. The law to do what? We gonna sue 25 kids? Like what y'all talking about here?
Yeah.
We gonna sue the school district because they got to, you know what I'm saying? Like what? We gonna try to sue them for? We could, I guess we'll try to sue them for not providing a safe environment. Like you could try that shit, but then you gonna also, what's the impact of student on your son? Why he going to school and everybody know it's a law school about racism and he the only black kid in the school? What's the impact of that?
Yeah, it's a hard. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's a hard position to be in.
Yeah, he got in the fight today. They ain't say shit to him because I already told him what's gonna happen. And I already told him I ain't trying to hear nothing. If he hit somebody, I'm not trying to hear nothing about no discipline. Y'all are aware of the environment now. Y'all got 2 incidents in a week's time. Y'all can't say that y'all. And I told her today, you know how I feel to come to school every day and you just waiting for somebody to say something to you. I said, you know the level of anxiety my son probably has. I'm like, it's a wonder he able to keep his grades up.
Somebody is all about the roll up on the parent.
Yeah.
What parent?
It's like roll up on the
parent.
Man, we
fuck a lawsuit, roll up on the parent, huh?
Yeah, you gotta find them first, goddamn it. The motherfucker might live fucking the nearest store to us 10 minutes away.
But you know what that scenario is like? It's like
my big ass whooping some parents in Lockport, huh?
That's like the skit where
you'd be locked up.
What?
That's like the skit where a chick is talking shit to a dude. And she there with her guy, but she talking shit to another dude. And the dude that she talking shit to, he don't even talk. Hey, dude, if you don't check your girl, I'm gonna punch your ass in the face.
That's how they go though.
but that's how this scenario. That's kind of what they. I'm assuming that your Isidore is.
And you tell me how it's gonna look. My big 6'1", goddamn it, 270-pound ass whooping some white boy in the suburbs.
Well, you ain't gotta whoop their ass. I mean, just go up there and have it like, hey man, listen, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but your kid is way out of pocket. Let me explain to you what's going on. And this shit is documented. The teachers know it. Next thing we going to the motherfucking board.
Nigga, they fuck around and call the police for me pulling in the fucking driveway.
Did you try it?
But you know what?
Hey,
you probably
know where I live.
I know where you live,
man.
I think I know exactly where you live.
But you know what? He probably gonna have to point some people out.
They made him do that without us knowing. I said they can't do it again.
Oh, okay.
Because they just other kids. No, not point out the kid who did it. He did that twice, but asking for witnesses and shit like that. So now you want him to put? No, we're not doing that, Joe.
This is a good point. Have you gone to a board meeting?
Not as of yet, no.
I think that's a good fucking
idea. That's an idea.
That's a good idea because what you're going to do then is you're going to expose. I don't know what this PowerPoint bullshit. It sounds like some bullshit to pacify y'all anyway. Yeah. Ain't nobody going to pay attention to that shit.
I like that idea. You said that.
Listen,
I like that idea.
This shit needs to be echoed within this small little village we talking about. So if it's so small, okay, cool. We'll go in there and make some waves that way.
I like that idea.
And expose motherfuckers because now you forcing people. Now you forcing people to do it. And you can go, I don't know what the local publication is. It used to be the Star. But take that shit to a publication, dog. Expose that shit. If motherfuckers can talk about bullying and all of that.
But again, all that publication shit raises the level of spotlight on my son who still has to go there every day. Y'all got to keep in mind, that's an issue too. I can't just snatch him out. I told you where I live. Ain't a lot of options, John. You can't. It sounds good to just say, "Ooh, just snatch them out of there and go where? Homeschool them." Like it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
No, look. No matter how you look at it,
it's tough.
No matter how you look at it,
I like the board meeting shit though.
The board meeting is a good shit.
The board meeting is a good thing.
Mickey said that's not gonna go how you think it is. It might not,
but no. Yes.
Are you talking about the board meeting may not go? Mick, clarify that. Are you saying the board meeting?
I think she's talking about pulling up to a motherfucker crib. I'm like, yeah,
oh no, hell no, no.
And I'll tell you something I do not do.
No. I
don't pull up to nobody's house under no anger.
No, you don't do that.
Because if you pull up to my house,
you on my shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't got time to be on one of them white boys.
You know they anxious to do that.
What?
It was justified.
I told you I'm out here. They got horse farms. The motherfuckers probably got a rifle at the front door. I ain't worried about no fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about motherfucker open up that door like what you want.
And Lockport,
man,
they got guns.
Man, I'm in the country. I just say I live across from a horse farm.
They got guns.
Man, they born with guns.
They got guns.
Now, I got a gun too. But I know what also they got on their side? The law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johnny Law.
Especially if you come into their house.
And that's why I told my girl, she talking about going up to school. I'm like, listen, when you go up to school, you still got to act a certain way because a big, loud black man in an all-white school, they going to call the police on me, especially if I'm hollering at some white woman. Like going off on a white man is different.
Don't go up there and holler.
That's what I just said. I was telling her, motherfucker got to be cool when you go up to the school. I'm already somewhat people consider an opposing figure. I got a deep voice. I'm nice sized dude. Probably going to be talking to women. They're not going to be saying what I want to hear. We already emotional because I son, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's your child, Joe, like I'm never going to do nothing crazy, but I'm just saying, I remember one time, we're going to move on. I'm at a hotel, right? I'm working though, security. So I'm staying with a dude who I don't know that well. Long story short, he's smoking cigarettes in the room. They try to charge me a room fee. I call myself being slick. I go down to the hotel desk. I figure I'm going to talk myself out of this because the only evidence they got is cigarette butts in the room. They ain't see him smoking, none of that. All they said, because I asked them, why did we get charged? They said it was cigarette butts in the room. So now I'm on my being slick shit. Did you see him smoking? Oh, we smelled it. You ain't say nothing about what. So I'm talking shit, right? But I'm calm. She like, sir, sir, you have to calm down. I'm like, man, I'm calm as can be. What do you mean, calm down? Oh, you need me to get a manager? Like I'm intimidating her. I'm just a black dude talking to you, and I'm asking her questions she can't answer.
That's enough.
That's what I'm saying. That is exactly my point. Because I need to be calm because I know he was smoking in the room. I'm trying to get off some bullshit. I'm trying to talk my way out of this. You know what I'm saying? Right. So she like angry. No, I'm on some, man, you ain't see that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. She talking about you getting angry. Well, I'm going to go get the manager. Go get him. But you see what I'm saying? How she weaponized that shit against me? Mm-hmm. What I'm going to do? Yeah. Now imagine me walking to school, a girl already heated. I'm heated. This episode, what, 11 of this fuck shit? Y'all ain't doing nothing that we find satisfactory to fix the issue. Now I'm talking to an administrator. They giving me some fucking side talk bullshit. I'm getting more and more angry. You see what I'm saying? How that shit can go wrong quick? Mm-hmm. Got to be careful, G. Yeah. Got to be careful. Especially when you out here in these schools and they ain't used to dealing with your kind. Especially your kind when you know how to speak, you confident. That shit come off different to them sometimes, y'all. Just because you talking in an assertive tone. You ain't even being loud, but you assertive and you know what you're saying and you cornering them. You know what I'm saying? Right. That shit don't always go the way you think it's gonna go. They take that shit differently. Now you intimidate them. No, you just ain't smart.
He needs a Karen.
Man, hey, why you bullshitting? Motherfucker, that should be a website where you can hire a Karen. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get a refund back at the store, you want some bullshit, send you a Karen up in there and say you'll get your shit back for you. You ought to start that shit. That might be a nice little business, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Hire you a Karen. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was interesting about my day. That we more than likely gonna have to go up to the school and turn that motherfucker up, Joe. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate, though. Who the fuck want to deal with this? I don't want my son going through this shit.
Absolutely not.
And it's hard to even talk to him about it. Like you ask him to express himself, but he don't really say nothing. I'll be like, man, you sure you cool? You don't want to talk? I'm fine. I'm okay. But you know it bothers him because you know when he wake up in the morning, he know he's gonna have to go in there potentially
and deal with that
again. Right. Yeah. Get sick of that shit. You say pull up to every basketball game left this season and have your son point out the kids' parents and have a polite convo with some of the fathers. Yeah, y'all keep talking that gangster shit. On the real, you talking to a nigga that fight. That may not be in my best interest. Motherfucker say something crazy to me.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, he get disrespectful real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now what? Mm-hmm. Now I gotta either tuck tail after I done let this man disrespect me because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do that shit. That ain't no good night's sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let this motherfucker call me all type of whatevers. And because I don't want to go to jail and I confronted him, now I gotta swallow my pride and leave. I don't like that shit. Or I gotta whoop his ass. That ain't gonna end well for me. Even if I whoop the shit out of him, probably get like, yeah, I'm cool, bro. That shit sound good in theory. Confront motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If they kids ignorant, maybe they ignorant as fuck too. That shit may not go smooth. He may not be on some, ooh, well, let me talk to my child. He doesn't understand the dynamics between us. Nick, fuck out of here. That shit ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm cool. Anyway, you told him to punch everybody. Yeah, Crystal, because he one kid amongst 30.
Well, hopefully it works out, man.
Yeah, I ain't raising my kid to be no victim.
Just remember also how you handle this. He's watching you.
Now they mopping the floor.
Did you hear what I said?
Don't set him up like that. What's up?
You didn't hear what I said. Pay attention.
I was reading.
I said, just be aware that how you handle this, he's watching you.
Oh, I know.
It's not just obviously your
iPhone volume buttons don't work fast, do they?
But no, seriously. I mean, you're telling him what to do and this and that, but the reality of it is that it's important. It's important that
I told him he has the option to walk away. He don't have to do nothing. He can walk away, and I'm supporting him 100%. So he knows that because I've said it 1,000 times. Like, Joe, you don't have to do shit. You can literally just walk away and call us, and we coming up there. We got your back regardless. He like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to some other shit. God damn it. I didn't even introduce the pod. I don't know why. I should have figured that conversation.
No, you knew why, because you hot. You a hot father, and rightfully so, man. People fucking with your seed,
I ain't hot. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Stay cool. Stay cool. Remember, channel this energy right now, this coolness, when you get in front of the powers that be. Remember that.
Keep it playing. Anyway, this part my ugly. You know what I mean? I'm your boy, the professional conversationalist, G-Net. We got my man. Oh, yeah, definitely professional conversationalist. You know what I'm saying? It's on my resume, you heard? We got my man Okira in the house. How you feel, G?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
And then as always, we got Mr. What's your name today? You got a name for? You going by Lemuel today?
It's Lemuel.
Okay, we're going with Lemuel today.
It's just
the nigga named Lem.
Plain old.
You at least Lem.
Okay, I'll take that.
What do you call him?
Darnell.
Darnell D.
I call him Darnell. Sometimes I call him Lemuel.
So
for the record, Darnell is my middle name.
So your guys from the crib, like that you grew up high school with, all call you D or Darnell.
High school, Darnell or Snake. That was my basketball name.
Snake.
They used to call me Snake, or Leo, because I went to Leo my first 2 years, and then when we moved out to the burbs, I went to Bloom, and I used to wear my Leo basketball jacket at Bloom. So they was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
No, I'm just saying, like your people though, not like the neighborhood. Your people call you what in general? That's from the crib, like from high school or whatever.
Darnell,
and then like your coworkers and people that knew you for the last 5-10 years call you Lem or Lemuel.
Lemuel or E.
Because you never introduced yourself as Darnell. That's why I'm asking.
No, man. So yeah, so it's all like growing up, like people used to tease me with Lemuel. It was Lemuel, aluminum, all kind of goofy shit.
Did that come from somewhere?
Huh?
Did that name come from somewhere? Did it have some significance?
Lemuel is biblical. Proverbs 31.
Vicky said she calling you Snake from here on out.
What up, Mick? You can get away with it.
Yeah, where Lemuel come is a biblical name?
Yeah, Lemuel is biblical. It's out of Proverbs 31. And Lemuel is my mom's creative spin on it.
Okay.
Which the reality of it is, if you Google Lemuel, there's other Lemuels out there.
And where the fuck Snake come from, like Kenneth said?
Because I was like real slim, the skinny, and I used to make this noise when I used to dribble the ball, when I used to blow past motherfuckers. I used to be like, like that. I know. First of all, you gonna try to clown me for the show, but that ain't unusual. Cats used to make noise when they dribble. Well, maybe not you because you didn't hoop.
Yeah.
You didn't hoop.
But does my son know how to roast? Nah, he don't.
Nah. So
no, he don't. That's not an option. Okay, that's what's up. Anyway, before we get into the topics tonight, here's something I wanted to say quickly. We had a different show planned for the night. It was my idea to have a show where I was gonna have some ladies. Okay, for those who don't know and who watch us on YouTube, there's a Part of My Ugly group as well. So a lot of discourse goes down in the group. So in the group, I have gotten a reputation as a
you have a brand.
It's not my brand. Not my brand.
You have a brand in the group.
In the group. It only exists in the group. It don't exist outside
only in the group.
That I am misogynist and a man hater. And
a woman hater.
I'm sorry, okay. A woman hater. And I guess whatever label's going with that. So we've had discussions about it. Well, not a discussion. I asked people their opinions of me before, let the ladies give them of me. Didn't get no pushback. So I'm like, I'm gonna have a few ladies on the show so they can articulate to me exactly why they think I'm a woman hater or a misogynist, right? So initially I thought it was a great idea. But then suddenly, I don't know if it was suddenly, but I guess I've been feeling this way for a while.
It wasn't suddenly. It was over a period of time.
Yeah, I've been feeling this way for a while as someone who has been a pioneer in the gender war genre. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a pioneer in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking shit about gender war type shit for over a decade, for a long time. I didn't want to do that shit no more.
Period, or just you didn't want to do that? What didn't you want to do anymore?
The gender wars.
The gender wars. I didn't want to have. I wasn't the conversation. It used to, okay. So it used to be. I used to enjoy. I'll be blatantly honest. I enjoy calling women out on hypocritical shit. That was my thing. I used to do it on purpose, and I would always write it in a way to get a reaction.
Right.
Very good at that. So I was trolling in a sense that I'm fucking with them, but I always meant what I said. I didn't make up shit, right?
Right.
Shit, if you're a woman hater, then it's a few of them that's really hate men. Hey, we ain't even finna get into it.
And that's what we trying to get away from.
We ain't even get into that. I'm just finna be
leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Yeah. We trying to what we're trying to just so you know just so you know, we're trying to be the example of not going tit for tat. That's what us three.
Fuck that. I'll go for
out of the three, one of us is going to struggle. One of us is going to be doing our own thing, like the Sesame Street fucking song.
So listen, I greatly enjoyed calling women out on their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That is the joy of mine that I have. Okay. But then when I get in PMU, it starts to happen a lot. Everybody start to do it, and you start to have some conversations. And after a while, you're like, Joe, none of these conversations will ever go anywhere. They start to feel like religion and politics. No one ever changes their mind. No one ever sees the other person's side. Everyone just entrenched in their arguments and their beliefs, and they just going for theirs. So even though I was picking with motherfuckers, that was never really my goal. Like I actually wanted women to admit that they do be on some of the bullshit, because men's bullshit, our laundry been out. Like it's been open day, open welfare to talk about deadbeat niggas and ain't shit niggas.
Yeah, it's convenient.
We've been doing that shit since Sally Jesse Raphael, goddamn it. So I was like, but anyway, point being, I didn't want to do it no more. Like I genuinely weren't enjoying the conversation. It wasn't fun. And one of the biggest reasons for it is this. I do understand women's plight in a lot of things as best as the man can. Obviously, as a man, I'm not a woman. There is a certain level of understanding that I cannot have, but I think it's best as the man can for the most part. I understand a lot of issues that women have with men and in society in general. Where you lose me at is that while I can have these conversations on an individual basis with any woman about her individual situation, is when you start talking about men as a whole, you lose me. Because I know for a fact that women as a whole, not individually, don't give a fuck about nothing we going through.
You said women as a whole?
As a whole, not individually, as a whole. That's why I say whenever you want to start addressing men as a whole and say men need to start doing better, and men need to do this, and men that, and men that, you lose me in the conversation. Because I know that women as a whole don't give a fuck about what we go through. And the same shit they criticize us for, they guilty of. We all guilty of the same shit. But since it feels oftentimes that the empathy, the sensitivity, and the understanding is a one-way street.
It's one-sided.
I tend not to show no empathy or sympathy for what women going through, which is why I come off as a misogynist.
So you do the same thing that they're doing, kind of, but to prove a point.
Yes, absolutely.
You're doing exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But it's intentional.
On purpose. I'm acting like I don't give a shit. Y'all bring up
and the purpose of that is to do what? Because
I know they don't give a shit about what the fuck we be going through.
Is it do you ever think about it from the perspective of I'm trying to show you? I'm not saying that you are, but I'm saying like is that your only intention?
So at first I told you what my intention was. I was just fucking with them, calling them out on real shit, but I'm just fucking with them. Okay. Like I'm really I'm calling them on real shit, but I'm just fucking with them.
He was entertaining himself.
Yeah, just fucking with him. I tell you, I was trolling. I admit it, I was trolling. Flat, I was trolling.
Which I think we've probably done that at some.
I mean, everybody's done that.
Yeah, because most of this shit didn't affect my real life at all. Like I've said a million times on the show, my
you're just trying to trigger motherfuckers.
I'm just fucking with motherfuckers, but I'm fucking with them about real shit. But I told you, once we got into PMU and it wasn't on my personal page no more, and now it turned into a thing.
Right.
It's like, I'm tired.
Because I used to, because I actually thought, foolish me, we could have some real conversations. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. So I just don't want to do it no more. Like if I'm talking to a woman sitting next to me, we can have a conversation about us as individual, her experiences in life and mine, and how things affect her and her views on it. But as soon as we extrapolate it to men, I'm out. I'm out. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm out.
I think that conversation will always be a conversation that will go nowhere.
That's right.
Because of the difference between how men and women are raised. Women are raised differently. They always see things differently. And so it always
explain that.
It always goes into a circle.
Explain that a little bit.
So men, generally speaking, we are raised with some sort of consequence. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. When you talk amongst men, like me talking to him, you're like, there's only certain amount of things you can say because there's always a hint of violence that could happen with men. Right?
The low level threat of violence.
Yeah, there's always a low level threat of violence. Right. And so that could be a consequence. Women, generally speaking, are not raised with that. Like, I even like with my daughter does things and then I just wipe it away. And that happens a lot with women. And so I think they're almost conditioned to get things taken care of. And so as they get older, that doesn't change. That mentality really doesn't change. So would we think to ourselves, hey, my actions is going to get this consequence? Women, I don't think really have that. I think it's just kind of like my actions and then somebody is going to fix it.
There's going to be no serious consequence.
They're more worried about your response than your consequence.
Yeah. But you know what? I will also say, men, we keep that going. We help them with that. Like, for instance, in relationships, right? A woman does something. We mad, we upset, whatever. But we still gonna fuck. If she wants
some dudes.
You don't know. No. Most dudes. Listen,
most
I'm gonna
dudes.
tell you something. I'm telling you.
Not all.
One of my good friends. We out. Whatever. We talking. His girlfriend acts crazy. We younger. She acting crazy and talking smack, this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at him like, dude, how you let her talk to you like that? He's like, shit, man, I'm fucking her later. Like, you still gonna fuck. And so we don't take nothing away. They looking at us like if he's still fucking, it ain't that bad.
But haven't I said that? But again, I don't even want to get, I don't even want to go down that road.
But yeah,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you having a sense of awareness. Look at you, boy.
But no, I like.
But no, good job. You have a sense of awareness, and you pause, and you don't let those instincts drive you into.
No, I don't want.
But no, I mean, but we don't have to. We don't have to have it.
Okay.
I've been having that conversation the last couple of weeks with a friend of mine.
No, I understand it. But
where where she has said, like, she's told me, y'all don't hold us accountable.
A woman said this.
Yeah, a woman was telling me that.
And
but look, it's a rabbit hole. So let's
that's what I'm saying. Like,
let's not go, because we could do it a deep dive,
and then we three men,
right? And then they'll be calling you a woman hater.
All three of us will be guilty by association.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying? I just want to be accountable for what I did. What I'm not gonna do moving forward. I'm cool. Like if it's a real conversation, I'm with it. But again, it's I feel it's difficult to have a conversation about men and women. But I feel unless you're trying to help somebody, just your individual story is what's the point of talking about that either. Like it's no point talking about that.
But to the point you just said, like unless you're trying to help somebody, I'm sorry if I cut you off. Ahead. If you try, like, unless you're trying to help somebody, well, I think that's the point. We probably need to like change the conversation. Our conversations need to be around something more healthy than just waiting for your turn to attack the other party. Because I'm gonna tell you, we used to be on that shit back in the day, going back and forth, the battle of the sexes, and that shit is exhausting, yo. Like I remember thinking that it could be it was an opportunity for a good, healthy conversation about around the opposite sex. But what you find out is that, dude, we so far. I used the analogy the other day. It's like these conversations is like a ball of yarn with knots in it. You don't even know where to start because as soon as you say something about a woman, the woman say something about the dude, and it's a back and forth. And that shit ain't healthy. I usually leave the room when that happens. So
yeah, that's why I said it's like politics.
Yeah,
and religion.
Because I always I like to describe it as two enemies trying to negotiate a truce. Y'all don't really trust each other, but y'all want to get to a point where y'all good, but there's no trust. So y'all kind of like, well, but you did this, but then you did that. It's like it always leads to. It's just tough.
But that's something. It's something you just said that made me think. First of all, I think in a lot of these conversations, you gotta ask yourself, like when you're talking to somebody in these group settings, you gotta ask yourself, what do you want out of this? Because the reality of it is, I just sat here and said, like, man, I would love to have a healthy conversation where we can grow. I honestly don't think some people even want that. I just think it's something about the back and forth, the toxicity of that conversation that they get off on. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell because nobody is putting forth any kind of effort for traction. Everything is kind of counterproductive. So you have to ask yourself in these isolated conversations and in group scenarios, what is this person MO? Yeah. And if you somebody like me, when they get to talking crazy and you see they have no intentions in trying to learn or grow or understand, man, just remove yourself. Save your peace. Fuck that. I'm not entertaining that.
I agree.
People just like being mad though. I think
that part too.
I think people like getting
worked up on shit.
Like people like being mad, and I think people like being a victim.
I ain't.
It would be a dope conversation if
no more lanes of victimhood through me. I'm out.
Yeah, it would be nice if people just kind of internalize their role in this big shit sandwich of how we interact with each other.
So it will
just
never
like for example, in the past, do you feel like you've done anything in the past that kind of contribute to what we're talking about removing ourselves from? Like maybe you were a poor listener or you
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I was
like what?
When I was young, I was like my whole thing was, like two rights don't make it. You know how people say two rights, like two wrongs don't make it right.
Don't make it right.
But it made you even, right? So like that's how I used to be on that, right? I would like, if somebody did, but so yeah, I was combative. I will tell you what actually changed me though.
What do you mean combative? Give me an idea.
I was combative,
defensive with women.
Yeah, I was defensive.
So they would call y'all in your bullshit and you weren't trying to hear it?
No, it was just more or less like, you got something to say about men, I had something to say about women. And like for most people who know me now, probably wouldn't even imagine that.
Right.
But back in the day, basically what happened is that even though I was like that, I always had female friends who I was close with. And it wasn't until one day I was talking to one and she started like telling me different stories or whatever. And because of like how much I trusted her and like believe or whatever, I realized that women, like my friends, were like basically a microcosm of like women in general, right? And so I gained empathy through listening to her. And so it was kind of a process. And then The other thing was that I just kind of, I kind of figured out, read books, whatever. And
read books on women?
No, I read books on women, but I read books on just human personality and just self-development books or whatever, right? And so basically what happened is that I felt like I figured out your outcome, you can get to a better outcome depending on how you approach everything. And so instead of approaching women in a adversarial way, it was more of, okay, I want her to get here. I want us to get there. And so my speech, the way my tone, all of that stuff just kind of changed.
All that matters.
And now
your relationships
and just general.
Okay.
Like when I look at, like, when I encounter any woman now, my point is to have a really good interaction with her. And so because that is my point, that is what I do. So the vast majority of women that I meet or whatever, my interactions are normally positive.
And that's kind of what I was saying a few minutes ago. That was your goal. You were trying to have a positive interaction. So since you're trying to have a positive interaction, everything about you, your body language, your positioning, your tone, the words you use, because I know you are calculated in what you say. Like if that's your goal, then everything about this interaction is going to, even if it gets off track a little bit, you are conscious enough, or you should be, to get back on track to say, okay, this is my goal.
And there's one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing I figured out. This is just my most women, no matter how independent or tough they are,
I know where you're going.
don't desire to have to be that way. And if you give them an opportunity
to
not be that way, more times than not, they will follow that lead.
What way?
Tough, masculine, adversarial. I mean, some is just a habit, and it takes a little bit more of a process. But that's okay. But for the most part, when my approach is, okay, I'm gonna have a positive thing. Like I've been on Facebook, going back and forth, like made a comment. A young lady
used to have a lot of negative interaction with women.
No, I mean, no. I'm like, I was in a group. I make a comment. A lady makes a negative comment to me or whatever. Instead of going back and forth on Facebook, I go in her inbox and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not going back and forth with you.
See, that's what I was asking you. Were you?
I said something. She said something smart to me.
No, what I'm asking is, did you decide to be intentional about having good communication with me because you had a history of not having?
No, because I had moments. It wasn't like throughout my life I had negative. No, it wasn't that way. It was just, but I would view my friends as different from women in general. So like I was good. Like me and my friends, we was real cool, this, that, and the other. They love me, whatever. But other women, I'm like, it was different.
I'm trying to understand. So are you saying you could see the value in your friends?
Yes.
But you couldn't see the value in women outside of your friends.
Yes, I looked at my friends. Like it's kind of like
y'all the good ones. The rest of these chicks ain't shit.
It was like these are the good ones.
Right, I got it. Okay.
And the rest of them,
the reality of it, they probably was doing some of the same shit that the other women were doing.
So it was like y'all the good ones, and the rest of y'all whatever. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that, right? And so
you had to figure out a way to have a good.
It was just
encounters with women outside of your friends.
It was just like, and it wasn't like I was always at it with women, just generally speaking. I'm just saying my empathy for my friends was different from my empathy for strangers
because you had your friends on a higher pedestal.
Right, I have them right, and so basically, what dawned on me was my friends is just a microcosm of the bigger picture, and that's just things women go through, this, that, and the other, and so I just decided, hey, I'm going to approach every interaction with the woman and try to make it positive. But it was something consciously that I decided to do.
So I don't want to assume, so you can correct me.
Go ahead.
It sounds as if you did not overall. You didn't have a good.
No,
you didn't value women in general overall, but then you would like, but these women special.
No,
so
it's not.
What I'm asking is, were your good friends the outliers amongst women?
No, it's okay.
In your mind,
this is. I'll put it like this. It's not as if I had a contentious relationship with women, period.
Right.
Okay. But my empathy for my friends,
right, I get that part,
was significantly higher than it was for.
And I'm asking you,
for
is
women.
that because you didn't value women in general?
No, it wasn't about not valuing women. It was just the more of, you're a stranger. I'm not tripping.
He has a relationship.
Did you ever have an issue with valuing women?
Mm-mm.
I'm asking because I did.
Because
that's why I'm asking.
So no, I've never
have
really
an issue with valuing women.
Yeah.
No.
So I never had that issue. It was just, but a strange.
Why you gonna be like that?
No, a strange. No. I'm just saying, a strange woman, I ain't have much empathy for.
Right, because you ain't had no value in.
Because no, it's just because
that's why you didn't have empathy
because
for, because you didn't see him as valuable.
No.
I don't really see it that way.
No.
Because it's like, so I'll put it like this. So let's say a strange woman, a stranger. If I saw a strange woman in the club and a bunch of dudes was looking like they about to rape her, I would walk in the middle and grab the woman and pull her out.
Okay.
So it's not that it's not like that. It was just that it's just one of those things where I wasn't tripping. Like, if you had something smart to say, then I'm arguing with you. Where now, if you have something smart to say, I'm going to figure out a way to make this a good interaction instead of
maybe find out where that energy is coming from.
That still sounds like what I'm saying to me.
What?
It still sounds like what I'm saying to me. Like, these people ain't worthy of that consideration, so they don't get it.
It's just that's the way you're looking at it.
Because
he's not saying that he don't value.
So when I say I didn't value women, I didn't value when I was younger, other than an intimate relationship. I didn't give a fuck about no chicks.
What do you
I wouldn't
mean?
like that. I wouldn't on that.
But
what do you mean you don't give a fuck about them?
I didn't give a fuck about chicks other than the chicks that I was sleeping with. I didn't care about what they had going. I didn't have female friends.
So you weren't having just random conversations, or you didn't give a shit about what they had going on, or what their views were about anything.
When I was young?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't like that.
You cared about women's views when you were young?
I mean, having conversation, yeah, I did.
When you was like 19 to 20 and shit?
Nigga, when I was 10.
Yeah, no.
When I was 10, I was having conversations with girls and like, hey.
My best friend growing up was my cousin. She's a girl.
No, all my conversation with women were geared around seeing what we could turn this into.
I'm just saying. No, I wouldn't.
I said in the beginning, I did not value women past intimacy.
Yeah, no, I
did not have. I'm trying to think.
Somebody said, well, there it is.
But that was a long time. See, I already know they gonna hate. But listen, it's the thing about me. I can put my flaws out here and not worry about you motherfuckers judging me. So I don't get no fuck.
But who's to say it's a flaw?
That was a flaw to not see a value of women past intimacy.
But I mean, we not about to lay you down on the proverbial couch and dissect that shit. But that came
about that shit.
But
no, I mean,
it's no big deal.
Somebody can say it's wrong, but you know, it's how we all been raised. We all been raised a certain way.
I wasn't raised that way.
So where did that come from? Ding, 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 ding. Where did that shit come from?
You know what's odd? Because in high school, I had mostly female friends.
Okay, so where did this... Now it's really interesting.
I didn't really have male friends in high school. I talked to chicks mostly all day. Because I went to an all-white high school. It was only a few brothers in the school. The only one I was even somewhat close to let me get jumped when I was early in high school. So I didn't really fuck with him like that.
Okay.
I didn't live in the neighborhood. So I ain't really connect with, like, a lot of the brothers I thought was fake niggas. Like, they would act tough around the white boys type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, they ain't even really you. You just punking a white boy because he's scared of your dark skin. Or they would act white around the white kids and black around the black kids. And not all of them. So I wasn't tight with them like that.
Right.
So I used to talk to chicks all day long.
Okay.
And I used to listen to all their stories about their boyfriend. I used to be the shoulder to cry on.
Nigga, I think that was probably all three of us.
Right. Now, I always had a chick of my own. Right. But women have always felt comfortable talking to me. Right. So when I was young coming up, that's all I heard. Like, I used to tell my homies, I'm not used to hanging around niggas.
So where do you think the root of that? I don't want to get off that.
I don't know. At somewhere I just didn't.
At some point, you was just like
I didn't necessarily reject women's friendship. I just never. I used to always say I never met a woman that I just wanted to be her friend and nothing else,
and not smash. So, but this is the thing. Well, here's what's interesting about what you just said. I'm gonna let you read the comments because I know you'll be paying attention while you.
No, I'm listening. I can multitask.
What I think is interesting is that you say like I never cared about chicks, and maybe my timeline is off. So keep me honest here. But it sounds like you're saying that you never gave a shit about women. You never cared beyond anything physical.
Right.
But the reality of it is that you did, because you listened to them. You was the shoulder to cry about.
That's in high school.
He's saying
that's what I'm saying. My timeline might be off,
right,
but even
he's saying 1920 you didn't.
Right? When I got to college.
So when you got to college, you didn't.
Savage.
So
glorious too.
It's too proud of that. Like so to get somewhere between
some short run, but it was glorious.
So somewhere between high school, hey, don't get yourself in trouble, boy.
I didn't say that.
Hey, don't get yourself in trouble.
Everything you ain't lying.
I'm my brother's keeper. Don't get yourself in trouble on this.
You get me in trouble by calling it out.
The motherfucker, you said it. Nobody forced you to say it. Fucking Al Bundy, he's living his fucking glory days of smashing chicks.
It was short and glory. Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say something. It was about Northern too, but I know some people went to Northern, so I don't know shade. But the gap, the answer is somewhere between high school and college, because you cared. At one point, you cared about women's feelings beyond smashing.
Did I?
But you know what? I don't
think about it for a second.
I don't know if you could say he cared.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Because just because he listened,
you gotta.
No, he could have. Because I mean,
he didn't say he had an ulterior motive. He didn't say that. I know that's where you were going.
No, I'm saying
he didn't have an ulterior motive.
I can tell you where. Okay, I guess the switch happened here. I can tell you where the switch happened as far as my modus operandi with women. I can tell you exactly where it happened.
Somebody hurt.
I'm a little feelings. Off in the year.
Somebody hurt.
It wasn't hurt. It actually wasn't hurt feelings. I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't hurt feelings. It was me recognize that I was the only motherfucker not in the game. Listen,
a lot of dudes can relate to that.
Listen,
I was about to guess something.
My high schools and my girlfriends in high school, with the exception of one, and she was a chick who did not go to my high school. This is actually. She's still my friend to this day. She is my oldest female friend.
Oh, you do care.
But we became friends later. I love her. She's been on the show before too. I love her to death. But we became friends later. But other than her, all my chicks in high school cheated on me because I'm from the Tupac era. I'm in the era where Tupac was the shit.
Right.
Chicks like thug niggas. Now, while I was punk,
you weren't a thug.
Nowhere close.
Right.
Nowhere close.
Me neither.
So they would always cheat on me with a gang banging nigga. I was never with any of these chicks long enough to have like anything tight. We'd be together like 2 months, and I find out because we in high school, motherfuckers sloppy and dumb. So I'd be like, you cheat on me with Buddy? Like, and in my mind, I'm like, I can whoop that nigga.
Right.
But he a thug, so you like that shit. So by the third time it happened my senior year, with a chick I wasn't even into like that. But I'm like, so even you, like, you know what? But I wasn't even into it like that. But it's like so you know what I'm saying?
Bro, why hey man, why chicks all cheating on you, dude?
I said we was young in high school. One like
that's
I had
what people did.
I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school out there. But anyway, the point was I said to myself, because I used to be a devout one-woman man. And after the third time, I'm like, Joe, why am I the only one?
Ain't in the game?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna have a good time too. And at that point, I decided to stop being on that one woman shit because I always had a way with women. I always was very comfortable talking to them. I'm like, I'm gonna play too. I want to play too because I'm like, the chick's having a ball in this bitch. And I'm the only goofy over here cussing chicks, being faithful. The niggas out here clearly moving.
They laughing at you.
I'm just saying so.
They probably were laughing.
So then I got to college. I mean, they might have been. Maybe it was. I was a nigga in high school. Listen, I had a girlfriend, used to walk into her grandmother's house, bring the groceries. I'm that nigga. Bring the groceries upstairs, raised by a good mother, good, strong family. Yeah, I'm a good nigga.
You were Lemon O'Kura.
And I seen all and I'm like, Joe, these niggas hooping, and I ain't hooping.
And so you got the game and played 48. You played 48 minutes in overtime.
I'm getting cheated on by chicks. You just the nigga cheating. So I'm like, Joe, There's 3 chicks from this school and all step. Don't even worry about it. It's cool. I know how to get down. And I was like, I'm getting in the game. So at that point, I think my interaction with women were all on trying to be on some shit. And if I wasn't on nothing with them,
Right.
just dismiss them.
You know what you were?
What's that?
Conditioned. You was
Explain.
You were conditioned to that behavior, my friend.
Explain.
Because that's not who you were. You became that person as a result of this condition of everybody else hooping.
Was that condition or adaptation?
Is that who you are? That's good.
Because I think I adapted.
That's good.
Because I still am that. I'm that person
That's
now.
good. You what person?
What woman, man?
So you can argue that
No,
it was conditioned.
Listen, I've always been that person deep down inside.
Yeah.
But I've told women a long time ago.
So you just answered the question yourself.
But it wasn't conditioned. I said I adapted to the new. I'm a one-woman man by conditioning because that's how I was raised.
Okay.
But when I got in an environment where being that wasn't conducive,
adapted. Yeah.
I adapted to my environment.
I get it.
Now, I didn't have anything against women. I was always cool with women. I just never had women friends. And by friends, I mean a woman you would talk to on a regular basis and maybe hang out with. Never had that. I was cool with a gang of chicks. Right. But I wasn't like, we ain't talking on the phone. We ain't hanging out like that. Because anytime that happened, we end up fucking. And I used to tell women, I never even understood the concept of having an attractive female friend. Because in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all friends, which means y'all like each other's personality, right?
Or something.
Well, you friends with a person.
Yeah, there's something about this person that you vibe with.
Right.
I mean, unless you're trying to get, you like their personality. Like,
right. No, yeah.
Y'all got similar character, values, whatever. You like their personality, right?
Sure.
Okay. But she looked good.
Okay.
Right.
So if she looked good and you like hanging out with her, that don't sound like friend. That sound like girlfriend.
We about to pivot into a whole nother topic.
I'm saying, but that's why I never really like, I be around chicks like, why would I just be your friend? You look good to the motherfucker and I like kicking it with you. Why would I not want to do something more
because
than
looking good don't always constitute trying to holler.
This is as a young man.
Okay.
Right.
But you know what? I've never, even to this day, like my female friends, like I've never still met a chick. They all by circumstance. I never met a chick and was like, man, you know what? I'll meet you and be like, man, you a cool ass dude. You know, let me get your number. We should go kick it, hit the bar, go hoop, work out something. I never met a chick and be like, hey, you cool as hell. Let's talk. Let's exchange numbers to just hang out.
Is that
how y'all female friendship start?
So I got quite a few. I got quite a few female friends who
you spend time with or talk to.
I talked to, never had sex with, none of that, right?
Okay.
Most of the time, with the exceptions of like some of them are like high school, most of the time, it's not like you meet this person and you're like, oh, hey, you, let's be friends. You know? It's not like that. It's just you end up being friends. Like Suzette, she's been on the show or whatever. Me and her, we talk all the time.
Suzette,
whatever,
I'm
sorry. So me and her, we became friends. Basically, you know, one time I end up going to her show. And then just because we had a friend in common, you know, we round each other, this, that, and the other.
Oh, she watching. What's up, Suzette?
We end up, we end up being friends because we had a lot of stuff in common. I got, other friends who, I met through another friend.
What'd she say?
She just said, hey.
I got another friend, other friends who I've just met through other friends or just college or whatever. And I have some friends who people would consider very attractive. Like I got a friend who my cousin used to be like, I don't understand how you could be her friend. But to me, my thing kind of goes on like a romantic or whatever chemistry type thing. Like I can, be talking to somebody and we can talk, but I ain't really feeling or we ain't really got that vibe.
Right.
Going.
There's no romantic
connection. And so, but we still cool. We still
Would you believe
like
that. I tell you, that has only happened to me once ever.
Oh, of course we can believe it.
But see,
after what you just told us.
But see, to me, it's happened a couple of times.
And she was attractive, I'm assuming.
But I'm gonna tell you what
it only happened to once ever where I was hanging out with a chick. So this is gonna sound like,
but I don't believe in friend zone things.
So this is gonna sound like some braggadocious.
You say
shit.
what?
I don't believe in friend zone.
Yeah, well, friend zone something you got to opt in for. And if you don't opt in for it, you can't get friend zone. But there ain't no braggadocious shit. But I've always said I don't believe if a chick is attracted, she has to be attracted to you. Can hang around me and not want to fuck with me. It's just my personality, the way I act around them. Mm-hmm. I've only had it happen once, where I knew she was attracted to me, and we had zero chemistry. You know what? Twice in my life, zero chemistry. Now, one of them I would have been a friend with. The other one I had no desire to be a friend with. Like when we just ain't had chemistry, I was cool. The other one actually would have been cool with. She just a lively, very positive person. You know what I'm saying? So we actually are cool. I would say we friends now. We cool now. We don't really talk, but if I ever hit up, you know, say she cool. But yeah, that didn't happen to me very often. That didn't happen to me where I meet an attractive chick and like we just didn't have no sexual chemistry. Like that was rare. And that didn't happen until I was once in my 20s and once in my early 40s.
But I've always, but I mean, generally speaking, I've always preferred monogamy. So I always figured that it probably had something to do with it.
Real quick, can I speak on the Suzette situation? Is that okay?
The who?
The Suzette. Did you watch it? Can I say?
You can do whatever you want to. Yeah, this would be good to apologize. We want to apologize.
Well, do I actually owe her an apology?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You do know.
So
you know.
I don't know. I saw the same thing you saw.
Oh, okay.
It was a comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, "Say it."
We should have had you here tonight, Suzette.
Wait. So I don't exactly understand what I did. I know I did something because I don't want to say the word.
It was a post. It was a post.
You know what I did to piss off?
Is it okay if I explain it?
I would love to have
so let me just give the background. So there was a post that was, I don't even remember what the post was, but Suzette had said that she agreed with Lance. However, I think she blocked you or deleted you as a Facebook friend shortly after the show.
Right. And I didn't know either. I found out late. But
yeah, because we saw it on that post probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right. All right. So basically this is what it is.
I understand part of it. Let me say that.
All right.
Part of it is the way how I speak about women.
Yes.
The certain words I use.
Yes.
So that I understood completely.
Yes. That's it.
That was it. That was it.
That's all it is. So
she said something about RAPE. What is something about that she said in there? You said
it was, it probably was how you expressed, but I don't even remember what the post was. That's why it probably been good to have Suzette like chime in.
But
so
that's
it was just me saying
so basically
whores, bitches, shit like that.
Yes. So basically, because a lot of things that you say she can rock with, but
my colorful
the verbiage that you use
comes off. Literally just said that to you.
Comes off as misogynistic and disrespectful toward women, and so she doesn't like that.
Okay, so my colorful language turned.
Yes.
So to Suzette, I completely, and I told Liam he can vouch. As soon as I said I completely understand that, and not just because it offended you, but in general, I am gonna make an effort to stop doing that. So I'll be doing it fucking around, but I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You ain't got to explain to. I fucking get it.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. I already said that I was gonna try to stop cussing so much on here. Have I been doing a decent job? I think I've been doing a decent job. No.
Yeah.
But I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. When they told me about it, I was like, "Damn, did I?" I was like, "That sounds like me."
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know why? Because we had a good vibe when we was on here.
I fuck with her.
We had a good vibe. I thought it was a good chemistry, and then I was like, because that shit shocked me. She was like, "Yeah, I blocked that."
And when he told me what I said, I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like me." I couldn't deny it. I'm like, "Damn," I was like,
because listen,
I ain't never had a woman care.
Because like,
so when she said she cared,
no. Well, you said you never had a woman care.
Not enough to say nothing to me. No, never.
Yeah, because like she was, I was actually talking to. I was actually talking to her when I was walking in here. That's who I was talking to.
Oh yeah,
and she was, and we were just talking about it. I'm like, yeah, and she was like, that's basically what it is. It's just that she was like,
tell her I apologize.
The way he.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The way he says his words or whatever. Just kind of makes it feel like she don't respect.
Yeah, I speak harshly at times.
Yes.
I'm saying shit like "or" and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. What she say?
No, she just said she loved the vibe.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Just know I apologize.
So, Suzette, I got a question for you.
Oh shit!
If he sent you a friend request again, you gonna accept it?
You doing too much.
Stop.
No, because we gotta. I mean, the Urban Dialogue. Big ups to Urban Dialogue. That's Suzette's podcast. But man, it would be nice for us to collab in the future, man. We got to come on your show. At least let me come and be a representative part of my ugly since you don't fuck with me.
Listen, I can be accountable. I ain't gonna lie. When he first told me, I was like,
she unblocking right now.
Listen, when he first told me, my response was, I get it, but I don't give a fuck. But then I thought about it. Like maybe not even right away.
Right.
I don't know why it popped back up, but it didn't sit well with me, Joe. It didn't. And I done had motherfuckers block me before, but I ain't like her. Like, man, Joe, she was cool. I don't know. I ain't like that. That's the reason she blocked me, because it's like, it's unnecessary on my part. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to talk like that.
And see, that's the thing.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say, I ain't even talking about it. I asked you on the air, because like, you ain't know I've been thinking about it. I was considering inboxing her. Because I just didn't like that. That's the reason she blocked me. And I know I do that shit. So I can't even make no excuses for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm going to apologize.
So Lance and I have these conversations often offline, you know, and that's the one thing I'll be trying to get you to like think about a little bit, man. Yes, your opinion and your position, all of our opinions are important. They're relevant, you know, to some degree, because some of y'all be on bullshit. But that's what I'll be trying to get you to understand, man. Like, sometimes what's important for you to get your message out or for people to hear you?
But don't be no message. I be playing. Let me talking shit,
motherfucker. Nobody. Clearly,
talking shit.
Clearly, we realized in the last month that we don't know how to play fair in the sandbox. Nobody. But everybody ain't built like you, bro.
Again,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody not built. Like, you can say some shit. Like, somebody could be like, man, fuck you, punk motherfucker. And you can be like, okay. Everybody else ain't gonna sink in. They're not gonna internalize it. So, hey, Suzette, man, God bless you for your forgiving heart. You dope. You've always been dope with me.
The thing about it was that, because like a lot of the stuff you say, she actually agree with.
I know, and I think like I say, she was cool as hell.
But that just shows you. But that just
she blocked me for that, and I can't even be like, that's some bullshit. I'm like, nah, I get it.
But check it. The fact that she rolled with you, on certain views, but she still blocked. But that just shows you the level of like the disrespect and the language that it took. Because if she rocking with you on what you're saying, but it's the language,
that will fuck with me.
Just think about
that. That will fuck with me.
Yeah, I agree, but damn, you gotta say it like that.
I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker. Like, I pride myself on not giving a fuck what a motherfucker think. And I don't even know her well, but when I swear to God, it hit me like a week later. I was like, so I don't like this. Like, I would rather you block me for an opinion.
Right.
Then block me just for being colorful and trying to be funny, and then you take it offensively. Like, you block me for an opinion, I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Right. But she blocked me for saying shit that I don't even really mean that.
And that's what I think. That's what messed you up, because whatever post that was, the way you wrote it, Suzette, that's what really fucked with you. Because like, if she would have took that first line out, like, I don't agree with, like, if she would have said, I don't agree with Lance and I don't agree with his tone,
I might not have gave a fuck.
We wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But the fact that she was like, I rock with him, but it's that language I can't deal with. That's what.
Yeah, I ain't like.
That's what messed with you.
They ain't sit well with me. I'm like, damn, that's.
But all right, now
colorful too. But I'm gonna have to come up.
Now that we done all hugged it out,
yay!
Yeah. So Susan, I'm sorry. I said it once. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll be better. But I'm trying to stop cussing so much. I'm a foul mouth someone. You know what I mean? Yeah. I cuss, Joe. Like, I cuss inadvertently. Like, I'll be talking to you and be like, buddy was over there and shit. Who out the way? Like, I just throw in the and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a transition phrase. Just foul mouth, man. Fuck.
No, that's dope.
Cuss again.
I'm trying. And you know what?
I'm trying.
I think that's kind of an undertone. I talked to Okura. I was trying to be strategic with this show, right? Because we had a whole nother show planned, and then we trying to figure out like.
You're rubbing off on me. I don't like that, Joe.
I'm rubbing off, man. Hey, man, you was trying to get me to. Listen, we got a bet. Listen, we got a bet that he trying to get me to. Hey, and you know me. You my man, 100 grand. You've known me for years. How many times in your life, and be honest, how many times have you seen me just like flat out of my fucking mind about something?
I ain't trying to get you to do that, though.
Yeah, you are. You trying to get me to like zap out on the show.
No,
I thought that's what you was trying to do. What were you trying to do?
I just want to get your energy up. I want you to get
my energy up is up right now.
I want to get them very passionate about something on the opposite side of me. I don't want to real like argue like you mad for real. Fuck, I want that for my homie. I love you, goddammit. No, I want that. But I want to get your passion up on the opposite side of an argument, because you always lay back on the Joe Cool shit.
Because I'm cool.
And you not, though.
What the fuck you talking about?
I'm trying to think. I may be seeing it once or twice.
I just want to get his gander up. I don't want to make you angry.
Passionate. Not
Yeah,
angry.
I don't wanna make you angry.
I've seen you maybe passionate.
You like my
maybe
homie
once,
Marlo. Y'all always so fucking cool. I want to get your gander up a little bit, but I don't want to get you angry.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you put it like that.
Yeah, I've seen you passionate.
Yeah.
I've never seen
people
him
have
angry.
seen-
And it's a layup I can get them passionate on, but I don't want to do it on the podcast.
It's a what?
It's a layup. I know I can get you to do that, but I
You
don't.
know a subject that you
Yeah,
give me?
easy sports. I get you going easy, but I don't want to do it on the podcast.
That ain't gonna get me too amped
I don't know. Because the time that I've seen you passionate, it was sports time. Yeah, sports conversation.
Yeah, if y'all talking about Kobe, then
yeah, it was
talking about Kobe.
I remember having me and you debating Kobe and LeBron in your basement one day.
Yeah, I can get them going.
Yeah,
but I don't want to do that on the
that'll get
pod.
me. That'll get me.
It's the thing, and I also used to be the world's #1 Kobe hater, so I know I can get them going.
Yeah, but now that I know,
it ain't good pod for
good
me.
luck.
No, because the shit I say is real, but it's just, I don't want to do sports on the pod, so we done.
Right.
But anyway, I had to get that off, Suzette. So
hey, but
I know we sidetracked.
The quote that I got highlighted. That's where I was about to go with this statement. That like we actually talked about like having a thing where we would take accountability on things. So good job, bro.
I don't like that thing.
You don't like that thing?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm just fucking.
Well, they say we always talk about women don't take accountability, and they say we don't. I was just trying to lead by example, but if you don't like my thing,
no, I'm just fucking with
I think Okura did an amazing job at taking accountable.
King.
Huh?
I'm the accountability king. I own everything. I own all my and I own everything, G.
Yeah, offline.
I mean, I own it online. You call it out. I don't know if you call it out.
No, you do. What up, Gwen?
You can't call me
What's
out
up,
for
blood?
shit. And if I want some bullshit, I will honor it. I will. Now, it may take me a second or two if I truly don't agree. But if I think about it, I'll come back to you and be like, you know what?
No, you good.
You was right.
You good at that.
You was right.
You good at that.
Now, people, they swear he can't never admit when he's wrong. No, you motherfuckers just don't be right.
Wow. And that's the shit. That's the shit that people love about you. You smell the sarcasm in that comment?
No, listen. This is what it be, okay? I be trying to tell him, you got to peep the setup, right? I'll make a post, an unsolicited opinion. 79 people will tell me I'm wrong, and they call me argumentative. You see, you get it? Like, I gave you my opinion.
Right.
Y'all tell me I'm wrong, Lance, you crazy, you this. I have a comment back and forth with a few of them. Lance don't ever want to admit it wrong. I don't agree with you, motherfuckers.
Right.
That's what you telling me, that I don't agree with y'all. So me not agreeing with y'all equates to Lance don't ever want to admit it wrong. Right. As if I didn't think about this opinion before I posted it. Like I just brought it about the clear blue sky. But anyway, it's all good. As y'all can see, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can even apologize. Ain't the fucking miracle y'all shot?
Sometimes it's fun being the only person in the room with an opinion. It could be fun.
What do you mean by that?
When you are the only person and you have an opinion and everybody else disagree with you.
I've seen you wear the black hat in those moments.
You me?
Yeah, and you will purposely double down.
You gotta stand on your shit.
But you gotta stand.
You believe what you saying? You
gotta stand down on it.
Yeah. People be thinking they fucking gonna sway. Listen, if what I'm saying is illogical or don't make sense, and you can show me I'm wrong, but a lot of times that's not people do. They try to hit you with their feelings and all this other shit, like a sports conversation. I used to tell people this all the time. When you talking sports to me, I don't want to hear your opinion supported by more opinions. Give me your opinion supported with stats, facts, observations, something other than I feel this way because I feel this way. Like, I don't want to have that conversation with you. Right. That go nowhere. So I'll make a statement and motherfucker hit me with a whole bunch of bullshit, feelings and shit. Go off half the shit I ain't even saying. I ain't going, Joe. You ain't talking about shit. I knew what I said when I first said the shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I love motherfuckers who stand on their shit. Because sometimes you got to stand on your shit. Because motherfuckers like going with the crowd. It's good to go against the grain, Joe. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, on to some other shit. This is the conversation I actually thought of a while ago since we on it, because we got some deeper shit to get to, which you might not get to tonight.
We don't get to it because we got shit to do.
Actually, it's some deep shit. I don't want to get into it. It's the Jason Whitlock shit, which is going to get pretty deep, and the Tyree Nichols shit, which got pretty deep. Mm-hmm. It's already 9:30. But this, I think, is interesting. And I wish she was on here. Somebody can tag her I got this from Monica. You know our homie Monica.
Monica Williams.
Monica Williams. Homie, I love Monica. Good people.
Yeah.
So we were talking about being honest up front with your intentions with women and what is basically the expectations in regards to that. So, for instance, you go out on a date with a chick, first, second date or whatever, you determine in your head that you don't want to, you probably just want to screw and that's it. Do you owe it to her to give her that information?
Do you owe it to her to give her that information?
Because Monica basically was saying at that point, you need to tell her that's all you want from her, like literally verbalize it to her up front. Because she be thinking, the woman be thinking you may want something else. And he like, how many women going around thinking the dude wants something else and all he really want to do is fuck? Almost saying like you leading her on.
I think
so. I'm saying that you went on one day in your mind, you like, this ain't the type of chick I cuff, but I love to sleep with her, maybe turn her to a fuck buddy. Something other than a relationship is what you viewing her for. Do you owe it in your mind to explain to her, I ain't looking for that from you?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Now I think so, especially now.
Definitely now.
Now that we've gotten older.
Okay. Expound.
And people are more conscious of time and not wanting to waste it on, just frivolous things. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, depending on And I just think that if you can't give a person honesty, what you basically saying is that you don't think that they will accept you for what you are. So
what if she didn't ask you? So you just volunteer it? She didn't ask you what you want from her.
Or she didn't hit you with the
she
didn't hit you with the so what are we doing?
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is not a situation where that's why I'm asking. There's not a situation where she's asking you.
So this is not about
once you figure it out,
then you should volunteer.
Yeah, you should tell her. Just up and tell her.
Verbal.
And I kept asking her, how does that look? Like, how does that go?
So I would go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I would say that's a hard thing to do.
I think it is.
It is a hard thing.
It's a hard thing to do verbally. But let me tell you what I think typically happens, because it clearly happens. Obviously, nobody is denying that type of shit happens. The actions or the lack thereof. It's probably more the lack thereof.
Yeah,
it's probably more the lack thereof. And somebody just made a post earlier this week. I think it was in this group because I'm not in any other groups that I'm really active in. But you could tell what a motherfucker's intentions are. Now, granted, I get it. There's some slicksers out there that'll do all the right things, charming and this and that, but they really have no intentions. I think at this stage, like you said, at this age, that's whack. If you, I know somebody on here probably like looking at that because we got a buddy that be on that shit. Y'all probably know who we talking about,
but there's a difference between intentionally behaving in a manner to make her think you want something more than what you want.
Right.
That's different.
And then,
but how do you control that? You can't control that.
So my argument was this: what I said was, and what I always say was, I show a chick what you talking about that I ain't on that by my lack of action, like lack of contacting her. I ain't calling her like that.
He only calling you after 10.
So I feel like I don't need to tell you I don't want to cuff you. Is if I ain't pressing you, if I ain't at you, like if I ain't trying to take you out, if I ain't calling you all the time, I'm basically just trying to get up with you. I'm trying to screw. Like you can't tell all I want to do is ball.
But in the name of peace, to your point, you should.
Why?
So
because you're gonna come across that one chick who she probably felt like you play with her feelings and emotions and her time.
But
now you got a problem on your hand, possibly.
So go ahead. I got a question about what you're saying.
Because here's all right. So here's the thing about that, right?
About what I just said?
What you just said. So it has to be some sort of conversation, because it's not like, all right, I meet a girl, we go out twice, right? We go out 2 times, and then I'm like,
and you have intentions on you to see if you like her. You open.
Right. So I'm open. We go out 2 times, and I'm like, you know what? I bang, but she ain't really nobody who I want to be,
serious
whatever, right?
Long term.
So maybe I call her every once in a while, and maybe I don't. depending on whatever or what I got going on with other people.
Mm-hmm.
It just almost seems, and probably to Lance's point, a little pretentious to be like, one day call you and be like, hey, you know what? We went out twice and you somebody I had sex with, but I ain't really trying to make you my woman.
That's why I asked you, how does it look in practical application?
It just seems a little pretentious to just be like that, because she might not be feeling that herself.
She might not be thinking of you like that.
She might not be thinking of you like that. So it's kind of like, I think that if the subject comes up, then I think you owe them the truth.
Be honest, right? Absolutely.
But if I'll say this. Let's say after 2 dates, and I'm like, yeah, she's somebody I would just smash, right? But I decide to intensely pursue trying to fuck her. Like, oh, I really want to fuck her, but that's all I want to do. Then you probably should be honest about that. If you're gonna give her that
with your words,
pursuit. Yes, yes, because it can look the same.
Well, hold on. That leads to what I was the question I was going to ask.
It can look the same.
It can look the same.
It can, depending on how you pursue. So if your pursuit consists of come through.
Wait, say it again.
Come through.
But
you took her out twice, and now you only call her to try to get her to come to your house to fuck.
But see,
but that gets tricky too.
That
gets tricky too.
She could just
because once you smash, it's a possibility.
No,
I mean
once you smash, it ain't a possibility. If she's looking for that,
not if that's what she was on too.
Only that.
So that's the and
but keep in mind, so I take
maybe that's what she was on.
I only called to fuck.
Lance.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't calling for no other reason.
Lance, good luck. Lance, let me explain something.
If she think a nigga want to be her man, the only thing he want to do with her is fuck, she nuts.
Lance, let me explain something.
You know, some people are in denial.
Listen.
No, you ain't got time for it, but she would.
There are women.
Lance.
there are women who see sex as a show of love, because that is all they've experienced.
Make sure you in love before you have sex, motherfucker.
I'm just telling you. And so that's what people get into the mixed bag. You are assuming.
Joe, it ain't my fault you tried to drive a car when you was blind.
But
whose fault is that? You tried to drive a car when you was blind.
You are assuming.
Okay.
You are assuming that what is in your head is in her head.
No.
Or that no.
That's
yes,
not
you are.
No.
Because
you're saying read my nonverbal.
I'm saying
yes.
You're nuts. I'm not assuming you thinking like me. You're nuts. I went out with you twice, and every other time I called you was only to bone you. And when you left, you didn't hear from me again.
Listen, we get that. But what he's trying to get you to understand is that
everybody
ain't wired like that.
I'm not misunderstanding that. My response is
that's on you when you don't give a shit.
There you go. You're nuts. Because you cannot tell me.
And guess what? She's going to show that man how nuts she is.
Maybe.
She's going to show him.
Luckily in my life, it's only happened once, and I'm about to be engaged, so I got all clean. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this. My point is this. Just because someone takes your behavior as misleading does not equal misleading behavior. So just because she doesn't have the ability to process and recognize a situation don't mean I'm leading her on. Because anybody with common sense would tell you that a dude who only calls you to fuck is not trying to cuff you, especially a grown woman. So if a grown woman can't figure out that the last 3 times this nigga called me, he only wanted the bone, he ain't trying to talk to me about nothing I got going in life, he ain't trying to go out with me nowhere, he ain't trying to build with me, all the nigga want to do is fuck, and I still want to cuff this nigga. That's on you, baby girl.
We agree.
Lance,
nobody's disagreeing with that.
You ain't being dishonest, though. You being very intentional with what you doing, and she just on the bullshit.
Listen, nobody is saying that what you're saying isn't true or isn't valid. We're not saying that. What we are saying is that there are women or people or however who will look at any little attention and think that is the attention that they want.
I'm not arguing
or that
with
is
you on that,
right.
I'm saying, but that don't make me wrong.
Nobody is saying no. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Talking about that's the conversation.
No, I'm not saying
you owe it to her to tell her up front. And I'm saying your inability to be a rational adult does not equal I need to start coming up front and saying, hey, all I want is the pussy. No, that's not how this goes.
I would say this.
Big up NWA.
I'll put it like this.
Like Steve said, facts, man. Grown-ups need to read the room.
Right. And that's all good.
And I'll give you an example.
But I will tell you this. It makes life easier.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
It makes life easier.
You know who we don't listen.
When you
just know who we don't think that way about
up front.
You know who we don't say that for?
Who?
The nigga who can't read the room on a chick he's spending all the money to get.
I was just about to talk about that.
We don't tell that chick, you need to tell him that you ain't feeling him like, you know what we say? You a fucking sucker. We put it all on dude. You a sucker. Shorty don't fuck with you like that. Why you spending all this money on her like that?
But I will say,
hold on, am I lying?
No.
Do you put the accountability on her to tell him I ain't feeling you? Stop spending this money on me, or do we look at that man and be like, you a sucker? G?
Women get flack for that. Yeah. Women get flack for that all the time.
I ask you, what do you do?
What I do?
Do you put it on the man for being a sucker, or do you say the woman bogus for not telling him up front?
Listen, I
call out all opportunists.
No, I
think
call
anybody
out
that's an opportunist.
I think suckers get licked.
I think you protect yourself.
I think suckers get licked.
I think you protect yourself.
Unfortunately, some people, I think the quote of people not reading the room, I think it goes both ways.
No, it definitely
goes both ways. And we got big ass egos, so we might still be able to read the room and still.
Therefore, I do not hold. Now, if someone is misleading you, if someone is pretending to be something they want, if they're pretending to to want something further, but they do not, that is different. But I have seen dudes chase chicks, buying them shit. Yo, she done showed you she ain't fucking with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen dudes, the way they deal with it. How can you think this dude fuck with you like that? He won't do shit for you.
I've seen it both ways too.
I've seen it both ways. I see it more with women.
That's not on him because he ain't misleading you. He's showing you how he feel about you. And you still on that? That's on you. Same with that dude. Fair. I'm not mad at her because you keep volunteering to do shit for her. You want her to turn it down. Your ass volunteering the shit. You the goofy and she a goofyette.
But I'm gonna tell you what's funny.
Call it fair.
Because even if you tell people sometimes, if you still having sex with them, they still remain hopeful that it's gonna change. I have been in situations where I'm like, yo, this is what it is. And they still think it's gonna end up being something because you having sex with them.
And that's when you tell her, for your benefit, for my benefit, I'm gonna tell her outright.
But if you know,
so what he's saying in that scenario, she already knows.
She already know. Even before, she already know.
He's saying in that scenario, she already know. She's still just hopeful.
She's still just hopeful it's going to change.
Or he is hopeful. Yeah. If the script is flipped, he's just remaining hopeful. I think with us, sometimes I think dudes just like to stunt though. You know it ain't gonna go nowhere past this. I think some dudes just like I got a homeboy, and he can't be the only motherfucker in the world that does this. But he knows it ain't going somewhere. It's not going anywhere with chicks. He just like to be able to say, yeah, I could do this. I could buy you these things and this and that. And he gets her space and time and who knows what else.
You call that stunning?
I don't call it that. I'm saying that's how he looks at it.
He think he's stunning?
Yeah, I believe he does.
I don't know him, do I?
Look,
do I know him?
No, you don't.
You ain't got to tell me his name, but do I know him?
You don't know him.
Good, I don't want to offend nobody that actually know. Your man a fucking square. That the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Nigga, you buying affection.
Were you still bumping?
Yes.
Women
you a square?
Yes. But I don't call that a square. It's other details behind it.
Wait.
The dude went through a divorce. He was just lonely. So it was just, now you could call it a square.
Like he was on some sugar daddy.
So you saying he got an excuse to be a square. It's understandable. His
I'm not saying it's an excuse.
He was like on some sugar daddy stuff.
No, he wasn't. The dude was just lonely.
His reason.
And it was a chick that he really liked.
So you doing something that I hate when people do. You just excusing the behavior.
I'm not excusing shit. I'm just telling you what he did.
He's not a square because of the reasons he did it.
No, that's your opinion about him. You're labeling him a square. You're labeling him a square. I'm
True.
just telling you his situation. I'm not labeling him a square.
But you're telling me he's not a square because
Motherfucker, I know him beyond that. I know
Right.
him beyond this situation, so I don't think he is square.
Okay.
You said he is square because you said he is square because you know this situation.
I'm not
now
talking about
that ain't my MO. I would never do that shit. Even in the spirit of loneliness, the times when I've been lonely, I would never do no shit like
so
that.
let's do this.
But
because
that's
it's
him.
your friend, that clouds the conversation because you know things about him.
Yeah.
So
but if the script was flipped and it was your friend, I'd probably be like, yeah, that dude is square.
That's what I'm about to say. Let's take it away from your
Does that
friend.
make you feel better?
Because I understand if it's my guy, it's my guy. So you know what I'm saying? But if I just say a random dude in the same situation where you don't have all the other information about him, how we looking at him?
He almost had me, Steve.
Hey, that's why I was
almost had me.
I was
going.
Yeah. And I knew that. And you see how I abruptly stopped?
Listen,
Well, I'm smart.
I'm sitting over here hitting legs on the table.
Hey. But see, here's the funny thing.
I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, say what?
I almost got your
I
ass.
was thinking to myself, all he gotta say, no, your
gotta
friend
say-
is square.
All you
I
gotta
didn't want
say.
to push it that far. It's his homie. So I was like, oh, I'm on the edge of him actually getting mad. I don't want to do that.
I'm like, I'm about to see the passion,
Right,
baby.
my fucking glasses getting foggy up in this mother.
See, I told you, just said you weren't gonna get got.
Yeah.
And you about to say, put your glasses back on.
Right.
What was that from?
That's all I'm to tell you, like Skip-Toe Shannon.
No,
Put your glasses back on.
So shut it.
But the funny thing is that that's actually how I talk most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It don't come out often on here.
Almost got you. G. Just go
You
on
almost
with
got me. You almost got me.
He almost got you.
Fuck out of here. You ain't almost get me.
But I was like, you know what I asked myself? I was like, that's why I backed down. I was like,
No.
can get him.
At the very last minute, I sensed what you was doing, and I was like,
I already toned it down. I was gonna get you, trust me.
yeah,
But I'm
good
like,
luck.
I felt like it was personal to him, and I
Right.
is what I didn't
ain't
want to do.
though.
Is say what I didn't want to make him angry,
It ain't though.
and I felt like I was gonna get you there.
It ain't that kind of friend. It ain't that kind of friend.
Sure seemed
My
like
thing,
it.
no. My thing with you is the fucking labeling him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, nigga, that's unfair.
Like it was kind of like somebody having a whole moment and then you just calling them a hoe kind of thing. They only had a moment.
yeah.
but they-
Okay, well, how about this? He was engaged in square activity.
Yeah.
That may not define him.
Hey, and don't get it
Right.
He's
twisted.
engaged in square activity.
Don't get it twisted. Me and my other guy, we talk to him about that shit
You got,
all the
hold on,
time.
Before we go, we got 9 minutes. You got square activity on your rap sheet?
Do I have square activity?
You got any square activity? Any?
I'm sure I do.
I know I got one for
but not as an adult. Not
I got one.
not in the last 10 years. No.
No, it's not in the last 10 years, but it's definitely.
I mean, I know I got.
I think every
No, I know. No, I got one.
Every dude got.
I know
a
I
lame
got
square.
one.
Tell your,
Lame and square, same thing, right?
Yeah, I know I got one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I know. I know I got.
Hey,
one.
Steve,
Shit,
you
I
got
might
one?
have maybe 2 or 3.
Why you trying to
You
call
got 2
me
or
out?
3?
Maybe
I'm
2.
trying to think if I got another.
I probably
I
got
just like
one.
for certain.
Oh, all right. Are we including high school?
Nah, hell no.
Okay, we're not including high school.
So
college and beyond, yeah.
College on?
College and beyond. Unless you did some ultra square shit in high school.
Oh shit. Let me think.
I could think of.
I got one.
I know one for sure.
I got one in
Tell
high
your
school.
one real quick. We all tell our one real quick, and that'll be
The
it.
one that just popped in my head, the girl I wanted to go to prom with. I ain't gonna give you all the backstory because I know you love my details. Where the camera at? He loves
That
the
ain't sound
details.
right, Paul. I don't know why. I just didn't sound right. Love your details.
Yeah, but anyway, I waited too long to ask her to go to prom,
Okay.
right? Because I was shy and all that shit. Whatever. But anyway, I didn't ask her right away, and she already had a date to go to prom. So when I asked her, she was like, "Oh man, I already got somebody." She's like, "But I'll tell them I won't go, so I'll go with you." I'm like, "No, don't do that. Dude, cool. Don't do it. We'll just go to Great America the next day." But you know what I did do? I went with her to get her accessories. What's the fucking? Is it Claire's? Is it Claire's? Is that the shit in the
So you
ball?
played the role of her best friend for another nigga?
Nigga,
You went shopping
I'm
with her?
Shirley and Maddie's son. That's the sensitivity.
And he went shopping.
Now, it wasn't her boyfriend. Now, let me be clear.
Oh, no, he gonna love this on you, girl. Who try to...
Wow. See,
What's his favorite
you
color?
motherfucker go too far. Why I have to sound like that though?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh
How
man.
they
Yeah.
go, though? So
No, because you know what? Because you know what it
you
was?
tell her to wear the appropriate amount of cleavage?
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all tell the jokes and then I'm gonna let y'all break it out because they are good jokes. It's good opportunity because it is a lame moment. I've thought about it over the years. Like that was some lame
Did she ask
shit.
you to go or did you volunteer?
I wanted to go with her. I wanted to go with her. Hey, Ken, you see how they doing me, bro? I can take it, though. I wanted to go. I went right up in the league of ball. Yes.
Hey, he just wanted to be around her.
Yeah, she ended up being my motherfucking girlfriend. We ended up dating for like 2 years.
I bet you.
Yeah, we ended up dating for like 2 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the backstory is that I grabbed her ass.
Now you're a man. Huh? Now you're
no, shut the fuck up. Don't do that. Now that's lame. Now that's a lame. You try to paint a picture of your boy.
I had to get you.
No, so in journalism in our class, the beginning of the class, I had grabbed her ass, and she hated me all through class. And then we had a project to work on. So in the project, no, I'm not. Motherfucker, I don't have to explain anything. Come on, man, don't do that. You know me. The world know me. I ain't explaining shit. I'm just giving you the rest of the story.
What it sound like?
Come on, dog. Whatever.
It's supposed to be a lame moment. Don't explain it.
It was a lame moment.
Let it go then.
No. It wasn't. No.
We all get clowned.
No.
Let it be lame. Don't explain it.
I wasn't explaining. I was giving you the backstory of who she was.
No, we don't want that. They're trying to make it better. We want the jokes.
All right.
That's less funny. We don't want less funny.
You a sucker for that.
He want to make us feel bad for him and shit.
No, you gotta feel
He
bad.
went shopping for her.
No, listen. If I was my brother, like if I was like in college and I was my high school, I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Mine was, all right, I started dating this girl. It was probably about like maybe 2-3 weeks or whatever, right? And you ever just feel yourself like change? Like I was like real emotional. Like she would be playing and I would just get real sensitive, right? Like just like she said something to me and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know, and I was just like bitch, like, I mean, it was just that's the only way I can really describe it. So she was moving and like it was on a Sunday or something. And she moved. I called her and she like wouldn't call me back, right? I'm thinking like I'm all worried about her, right? I'm like, oh my God, something happened.
Wait, how old are you again?
I'm like probably in my 20s, like early 20s, something
okay.
like that, right? So I'm like, man, something happened. Like, you know, what's going on? Dude,
dig down.
Ooh.
I called her parents.
Hell no. Joe.
You called her parents and say what?
You call her fucking to look for her?
She was ghosting me and I called her parents.
To look for her, G?
She was ghosting me and I called her parents.
Hey. Y'all make my shit don't sound that bad.
Yeah.
This nigga said, who'd you talk to? Her mother or her father?
So what did you? Oh, that's it. You talked to her mom?
Yeah.
If her dad would have come, he would have been like, little nigga, who the fuck? You ain't gonna fuck my daughter, that nigga.
Wow.
Her mama felt bad for you. Please tell me her
God.
mama laughed.
No, she didn't even like. She was like,
Did she live at? She lived at home too, right? She was still at
after
home.
She was moving.
Oh no. Right. You did say she was moving.
She had moved to an apartment, like whatever.
He said,
That makes it so much
she might
worse.
be in a ditch somewhere. I just gotta find her.
Oh my God. Were you crying?
No, I wasn't crying. Come on.
I was sick though.
So
you was sick though.
I was worried, right?
Was any part of you, because we were using the term ghost back then,
Worried.
but was any part of you thinking like,
No,
she ain't fucking with me?
no, I didn't even think about
You really thought she was hurt?
It never.
So you really thought something was wrong?
I thought something might be wrong, right? So then, like her mom wasn't. She was just like her mom was just kind of like she's not here or something like that, right? So then
You did something
So
else?
I did something else.
Oh damn!
Story not over. So then I was like, let me see something. And I called her from work. Called her number from work
To see if she'll pick up.
to see if she pick up.
She picked up.
And she picked up.
So here's her. Here's
Why
her.
the fuck are you calling me at work?
Right.
So now I'm like,
Her reaction was like, "Oh, this motherfucker."
that's right.
That was actually. Oh fuck.
I'm
How you
like,
get all these numbers?
Wait, yeah, how did you get our house? How did you get our office?
Her mom number and her job number.
Because she would call me from home. You know, back in the day.
So you went to your call list. You went to your received call list.
I just because I
And this nigga
had
was
a cell phone. It
And this
was
nigga was on that.
you had the home man
I
cell
know she
phone.
called me. What was it? Last Wednesday, last Tuesday.
That was
no,
back
that shit
in
was Tuesday.
No, that was
Tuesday. She called
that
me
was
work.
back in the day when people had two phones. They had a house phone and a
No, I'm
cell
just saying
phone.
you were scrolling through your call list to find her work number.
Trying to find the work number.
No, I didn't call her at work. I called her from my job.
Oh,
yeah.
So she wouldn't recognize the number.
Right. So I called her from her phone at work.
Did you call her from your job, from your phone first,
I've
and then
done
you
that.
called her right afterwards?
So before that, I was calling her from my cell
I've done
phone.
that. I've done
And then
that.
maybe the next day, I was like, let me see something.
So
Called her from
at
my-
this point, you thinking like she blowing me the fuck off?
Right. So then I called her from my work phone.
I did
She
that.
picked up. And it was funny because I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, this Okara. And she's like, oh, hey. I'm like, what happened to you? Oh, I've just been busy. This, that, and the other.
Damn.
Then about maybe like a week later, something like that, I see her at the club. She out. I see her at the club like this. And then like we go out and like she talking to some niggas.
Damn.
Yeah, dog.
So hold on, does that make you lame for calling from your job? Because I've done that.
Because you think that she's ghosting you, so you don't
Yeah.
want her to.
Yeah, I've done that.
No,
I've done that.
But
No.
I called her.
I never called from
her.
another
I called her
line
house.
just because I think like
That may
okay,
be- that's square business.
she blocked, she's screening me. Yeah,
Calling the
That's
parent.
where
thing.
I didn't call the parents.
No,
but
I'm just saying.
my number was like her shit was on airplane mode, or private or some shit. It wouldn't go through. So I called her from my work phone,
to
see if
see
it'll go through.
to see it went through,
and she answered.
and she answered. Okay,
And
so
I
she
was-
did the same thing a girl did.
But this wasn't my girl.
But she wasn't. She
I wasn't
wasn't.
sleeping with her.
Was she ghosting you?
So why were you putting that effort to call her from another phone?
She's
Then
my friend.
wait.
what?
All right, you
That shit didn't make
you
any
gotta tell
sense.
us your man.
And then it was twice. She was my friend, and we used to talk almost every day. And then one day she wasn't answering my calls, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And that hurt your feelings.
Oh yeah, because I liked her. I mean, she's my fiance now, so.
Oh well, it worked.
But yeah, I
All
called
right,
her.
so tell us yours.
Oh,
You don't.
I don't think mine bad as yours. It actually might be worse.
Nigga, yours worse than
I
mine.
pocket my
Yours
safety in
worse
there.
than mine.
No, you went shopping.
Mine might be worse because I put my safety on the line.
We at bare minimum even.
No, we ain't even. You,
Well, we
you
might
not
be
tough.
even.
We gonna let the people.
I don't know. You call
Two
her
rows,
mama, G.
two
You,
rows.
nigga,
You called
you
her
had double
mama.
up. I did one
Look,
thing. Wait, yo, I did
But see, the
one
job
thing.
thing ain't that bad, but he called her mama house.
You called her
But wait,
mama
but
house
wait,
and
but
risked
wait.
her
You
daddy
was shopping
picking the
at
phone.
Claire. You was
But
at Claire's?
but you was at Claire's
How
shopping.
old was you at Claire's?
I was in high school.
Oh, that wasn't that bad. He was in high
Motherfucker,
school.
I was in, you thought, wait, whoa. Y'all
He
motherfuckers thought I
asked
was
me to
grown?
high school.
Y'all thought I was
We
grown
asked
doing
high
that?
school count. We said no.
We said high school didn't count.
You said
No,
high
but
school
he did
don't
say
count.
prom. He
It was
said
a prom.
prom.
It was my
So
senior
I knew
year.
it
It
was.
was my senior
Yeah,
year.
it's still bad. Well, I just tell
It's still
mine.
bad,
One time
though.
we got
Go
I
ahead.
just tell mine. So it's my ex, but I was still in love with her, and she was dealing with another nigga, and he did some bullshit to her and left her stranded. So she called me to come get her.
You would have picked her
Oh
up.
yeah, immediately.
How far did you have to drive?
If it
I
was,
lived.
If there was
in North-
anything over than 20 minutes.
if it was over 20 minutes.
It might have been. No, I wonder what 20 minutes. I lived on the north side. So I'm like on Wrightwood and Pulaski.
What are you doing on the north side?
I lived over there.
He said he lived over there.
I was on like Wrightwood and Pulaski. It wasn't 20 minutes. She was downtown. She was like by Jefferson and Roosevelt. She's downtown. But I got up.
And you were where?
Hold on.
Did you get up quick?
And I grabbed my pistol.
Because you was gonna do something to do. You wanted to fight.
No.
You was about to fight.
You wanted to fight?
No, but I didn't know what was gonna happen. And I don't know what type of dude he is. So I don't know. But I know I'm on sucker time, but I don't care. Because I still love her.
So she got into an
She
argument
knew I
with
would
him.
come get her. This her man. She knew I
So
would come get her.
she got into an argument.
She got
with
into an argument. He took her fucking house keys and left and pulled off on her and just left her downtown with no house keys, no nothing.
and you went.
So all she had was a cell phone.
And she called
And
you.
she called me.
You
What
say
she
I
say?
got
What-
my goof ass.
Hold on,
up
what she say? What did she
immediately.
say?
Were you
What
like
is-
under? Was you
she was
like
crying and shit.
underdog?
Did she ask
She
you
was
to come
crying.
get her?
Yes,
or you
nigga, she was
volunteered?
crying.
No.
Yes.
She said, Lance, come and get me.
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't remember. It was late at night, nigga. I was in the bed asleep.
or she called you to, because there's a difference.
I don't remember.
She-
Did you put your cape on?
Yes, nigga. All that. Yes. Got it fresh out the cleaners. All that, nigga. Yes.
That nigga was like
I
John
told
Wick.
you, nigga. I grabbed my. That ain't it. I grabbed my pistol.
And you grabbed your
because I don't know what's gonna happen. So I grab my pistol, I pick up, I take it to her crib. Now keep in mind, he got the keys to her crib. I spent the night in that motherfucker.
You spent the night in her crib.
Why he got the keys?
Is it their crib or just hers?
Just
but
her.
He got the keys.
But he got the keys.
He come in that bitch wherever the fuck he feel like it.
Right.
I could be sleeped in the bitch.
I'm assuming he did not.
Did you have your gun next to you?
And I ain't getting no pussy. She ain't barely even let me touch her.
I don't think that's lame.
Oh, that's lame as hell.
That's not sucker.
Fuck, I'm showing up for my ex chick.
I think
she into with her boyfriend.
I think it's foolish as hell.
And that nigga showed up in the morning.
While you were there?
Yeah. And he's already awake though.
Did you okay. Here's the thing. Did you sneak out the house?
No.
Ooh.
I came and stared him dead in his motherfucking face.
Because you was going.
No,
you would have lost.
Oh, I've heard the story.
I came and stared him dead in his face, but I didn't say shit.
I've heard.
So he walked in the apartment, and I seen him come in. We sitting on the couch watching TV, and I got up and I leaned on the counter like this.
Now that's a sucker. That's some sucker shit.
So I just told you I went all the way out. Nigga.
That part is sucker.
Leaned on the key.
I ain't say a word, but I just leaned on him like, nigga, I dare you say anything. I'm all the way in the sucker bag, like I'm defending everything. So he came and grabbed his shit.
Hey Ken,
dropped the
that's
keys
lame.
off.
That part is lame. The other shit ain't lame.
So you was a whole offensive line on that. You just blocking, huh? You just Walter Payton could have got through that hole, boy. You blocking.
I'm with you, Steve. That ain't lame. That's just reckless and that's some dumb shit. It ain't necessarily lame.
What did I say? I went all the way out, nigga. I was in love, nigga.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting her back. You know what I mean? Like I thought, yeah.
I think if you did a survey,
I was in sucker mode. I was in love, nigga.
Did you
get her back? No, absolutely not.
Did you ever have sex with her again?
No, never again. No, never. Never.
You must have fucked her really bad.
Never.
Because you should have got some.
That was my first love.
You should have got some ass that night.
I thought so too.
No hand job, no nothing.
She did me worse than that on my birthday. And
you probably slept with your clothes on too, didn't you?
Did you have your clothes?
With the clothes
Did you have your clothes on?
Butt ass nigga. Fuck you talking about?
That makes it worse.
I ain't slept with the clothes on. Fucking college. Listen,
he slept in the bed with a naked.
I'm gonna shut it down on this. I'm even worse.
Did she have her clothes on?
She did me worse than that.
Did she have jogging pants on?
No, nigga, she was naked too. OC.
Oh my God, yeah. Man, your story may be worse than all of us.
I don't know. You lost with that one.
I can't take it from her.
No, ain't nobody telling you to take it.
What I'm supposed to do? I was going for mine. She wouldn't give me none.
I'm just saying she slept naked.
It's worse than
you just saved her, yo.
You should have.
You could have got some sympathy.
I know.
You should have left.
I went to sleep.
I'd have left.
Nigga, she called me at like 1, 2 in the morning. When we got there, it was fucking 3, 4 in the morning. Probably when we got there.
At 4, you should.
Wait. But your story is. You said it was 20 minutes away. That's the 20 minutes away.
What the fuck? I'm just making. I'm no nigga.
It don't matter. Your story like that shit. That shit.
I don't know.
But listen, it gets worse.
Okay. Oh Lord,
damn, nigga,
you got more. What you got?
The second one wasn't. Well, the second one wasn't lame. She did some fucked up shit.
This is another story.
It's a different story. Same chick, but it's actually the very last time.
You can stop right there. That's lame in itself.
I never spoke to her.
Okay.
I never spoke to her after this again. My birthday. I work at the club, but I ain't working tonight because it's my birthday. Her best friend and my homie try to set me up to fuck with her that night. Now it's my birthday and I work at the club as a bouncer, so you know I got options like a motherfucker.
Right.
I ain't thinking about shorty. So my homie that came with me and her homie that brought her leave together. So I'm stuck with her. So I'm like, I got plans. I see what they done did because I'm texting him and he ain't answering. He just hit me back with like a LOL laughing and shit.
Right.
I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, I'm gonna take you home. Because I'm finna get up with her, you dig, afterwards. So she make up some bullshit excuse about how bad she got to use the bathroom at my house closer to her than her house. Her house is way up north. Oh, just go to your house. I got her. So I, thinking I'm slick, double park the car, open the door, and like go sit back in the car.
That I am.
Thinking, making it very clear.
Right.
I want you gone immediately. Right. I'm not even coming in the house with you. Bathroom is down the stairs.
Right.
Come back out.
She never comes out.
Right.
She never comes out.
Right.
So I'm like, motherfucker. Because I got something waiting on me.
Right.
Who want to treat me for my birthday. Motherfucker.
So what you do?
It's after the club closed. It's like 5 in the morning. Because the club stayed up until 5.
Right.
So I go park. Well, nigga, she ain't leaving the house. So I go park the car, go in the house. So I'm like, oh, well, she must want to.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Nothing. Nigga, nothing. On my birthday, nothing. Nothing, nigga.
So she comes out the bathroom and do what?
She in the, nigga, when I walk in the house, she in the bed already.
Sleep.
Well, she ain't sleep, but she laying in the bed. Because I came in the house with an attitude. Like some bullshit. I'm like, oh, shit, you in the bed? Shit, that's why I change my attitude.
So you go in the room and you try
for the kill.
And she no.
Nope.
Let me do a little something, but
nothing.
Got up in the morning.
Let me do a little something.
I got up in the morning, took her to her crib, and said, do me a favor. Don't ever call me again for nothing. Ever. Lose my motherfucking number. Pulled the fuck off. I ain't spoke to her since. That was 2007. Ain't heard. Well, she married now with kids. I might get no fuck. But anyway, that's the one I sent myself off for. So who's worse?
Yours is worse.
He's worse than both of ours?
Yours is worse.
Worse than both of ours?
Yours is worse.
You was shopping.
Nigga.
All I did was call a parent to make sure somebody was alive.
We done. Hey, we done.
That's all I did.
In that bitch. In that bitch right now, we out. We gotta go with 10-10. In that bitch.
Hey, y'all, vote.
Hey, Ken.
Everybody,
Let Ken decide. Hey, Ken.
This nigga said he had to make sure she was alive.
I was making sure she was alive.
All three of us laughed at that shit. Hey, Ken, whose was the lamest? Real quick.
Man, he gonna have to tell us in the car. We gotta get up out of here, G. But you got me fucking rolled.
All right.
This nigga said,
Later, people.
I just
Love
had to make
yourself.
sure she was alive.
Deuces.